From Stony Brook Field in Brewster, Massachusetts, for the second and final time this season, the Falmouth Commodores make the journey out east to take on the defending champion Brewster Whitecaps in an inter-division league matchup. As we welcome you here, right up against the visiting on-deck circle alongside Trey Redfield and Carter Bainbridge. Logan Sofarenko with you. Great to have you with us. We'll be hearing from Carter Bainbridge throughout the broadcast. Trey sitting right next to me. A nice little day for baseball. And Trey, the Falmouth Commodores, having quite some success with the Brewster Whitecaps. 1-0-1. Not necessarily playing them a lot of times this year, but they haven't lost to them.
Yeah, you'll take that record any day of the week. The last time we were here was a 4-3 Commodores win over the Whitecaps. All 4 of those runs came in the first inning. After that, the Commodores have yet to put up a single run against Brewster because the last time these two faced off in general, Logan, they had a 0-0 tie. What's worse than a 0-0 tie in soccer? How about one in baseball? The Doors and Caps had one of those. They're trying to change it this time around, and the Doors are trying to make it an even better record against the Caps today.
The Falmouth Commodores, lucky on the Cape, they have the least amount of ties, but they're looking to get back into the win column today after another disappointing loss to the Hyannis Harbor Hawks last night.
Yeah, it was disappointing for sure. Their bats came alive in the bottom of the ninth inning, and it mainly came from one guy in Drew Brutcher who had an Apotaka over the scoreboard in left field at Gov Fuller Field. So it's so important for the Commodores to get back into the win column today, knowing that they're 3 points behind the next team up in the Western Division standings, and that's the Wareham Gatemen. So knowing we're seeing that point where it's going to be the final stretch here shortly, you got to get a win, and you got to keep this thing going because not only do you play the Whitecaps today, you play the Gatemen tomorrow, so you got to set yourself up for success.
We are a little bit beyond the halfway point, so everyone's going to be looking at those standings marks. But today we're going to see Jerron Watts-Brown, the right-handed pitcher who just completed his year at Long Beach State. And he talked to us a lot, and you've said it a lot about him this season, is the importance of strike one.
Strike one is so important for Jerron Watts-Brown. That's his mindset. It's sometimes we talked about Andrew Pinckney, how simple his mindset is. Watts-Brown has a very simple one as well when it comes to him going on the hill. He has 15 innings pitched this season. He's going to pass Grayson Hitt with the most in this start today, at least if he gets through an inning and 2/3. But he's given up 11 earned runs, has an ERA it was an ERA at Long Beach State, a 3.68 ERA. But it's just so important for Watts-Brown to find some help as well. The last time he was on the bump, he did a pretty good job against Bourne. You know, it was a little bit of a downfall after that was forced on an error by himself. But other than that, Logan, Watts-Brown has had a great season. It's up to him to find another good start tonight against the Caps.
Don't let that 6.60 ERA fool you. Very fine starts, not much run support. Start number 5 on the road for Watts-Brown, but the visiting team will bat first, and you've been listening to the Falmouth Commodores pregame show. We're going to take a quick break as we get ready for the national anthem. Alongside Carter Bainbridge and Trey Redfield, Logan Sofarenko will be with you all night on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network as you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Doors Radio Network.
Join us in rising and removing your caps. Here to perform our national anthem is the Ferris family, led by Stacy Ferris, the music director here at Stony Brook Elementary, and also Tom Ferris, Emily Ferris, and their future son-in-law, Scott McClellan.
Well, perfect harmony. That's the theme of the national anthem today, and that's got to be the theme for the Falmouth Commodores. The airs kind of tainted them last night, so that was the category in which they struggled in, but they were able to muscle some runs late last night. It wasn't enough. They're looking for a complete victory today, as some could say. The last time they were here wasn't quite complete, as they had 4 runs in the first, no runs in. They actually ended the game being retired 15 in a row. But nevertheless, they walked away with a W. The Falmouth Commodores today will be seeing Zane Morehouse. Morehouse 0-0 on the year from Texas. He's got 1 start, went 4 2/3, struck out 4, walked 1, and he had 4 hits. And that only start that he had this year was against the Falmouth Commodores in that 0-0 tie.
Yep, that's the reason why he has that 0.0 ERA. He has 4 2/3 innings pitched so far. He'll give up 4 hits in that one, but with the Longhorns this season, he had 39 innings pitched, went 3-1 with a 6.00 ERA. The opposing batting average was at a .264. That tie was before the whole winning thing happened again for the Commodores, but now this is a whole different team. You know, this is an opportunity for Falmouth to, you know, get back into the swing of things and find its winning ways consistently. We've seen a lot of back and forth. We saw a winning streak. The Commodores need one again, knowing where they are right now. If you're just joining us, Falmouth has 20 points, sitting at dead last in the Western Division. And with a win today, the Commodores can't even get into 4th place. So it's so important for the Doors to grab one and keep it going.
Well, the Falmouth Commodores tonight are going to have that 1-2, I guess you could say, strikers, if you will, with Alex Mooney and Colby Halter. Mooney doing the leadoff hitting, then Colby Halter batting second. Peyton Stovall, who's DHing today, batting third. Jacob Walsh in his usual spot in the cleanup spot. He's at first today. Andrew Pinckney batting 5th. Jackson Nicholas batting 6th. Anthony McKenzie batting 7th. He's in left today. Luke Boyer's in right batting 8th, and Jacob Cozart in right field batting 9th. Time to get things going here at Stony Brook Field. Beautiful night. A little bit of an earlier start time with no lights. So we're getting things ready to go here. 5:03 first pitch. Morehouse from the windup. And he fires the first pitch, and we're underway as it's inside 1-0.
76 degrees, clear skies.
Beautiful day.
What else could you ask for? Where else would you rather be?
Perfect. Mooney with a 1-0 count. Morehouse, the righty, and his second appearance against the Doors. Here's the pitch. It misses upstairs and outside, 2-0. Alex Mooney making his Stony Brook Field debut. He was given the day off the last time these two clubs squared off here in Brewster. And the next night, he had a very fine day at the plate against the Wareham Gatemen in a comeback victory at Gov Fuller Field. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That's in there for strike number 1, 2-1. Umpires for today, Jeff Merzell over at third, Mike Hinojosa over there at first, and James Fonseca behind the home plate calling the balls and strikes. 2-1 the count in the top of the first inning to Mooney. Here it is. 2-2 now as he swung right through it.
Hey, that's a smart idea there for Mooney. He knew that was strike 1, just a little bit below the knees. So he understood that. He realized, hey, if that's going to be a strike, I'm going to go after that.
Count even at 2-2. Morehouse fell behind and just got him in right where he wants him. Here's the 2-2. It's a breaking ball. It's popped up in the air to right center. That's trouble. The second baseman, DeMartini, gets the ball and he makes the catch. That was a trouble spot, but the Brewster Whitecaps able to get it. The defense for Brewster, Parks Harbor at third, Alex Freeland at short, Carson DeMartini at second, David Mendham at first, outfield left to right, Fisher in left, Ryan Lasko, who is back with the Caps, in center, Grayson Tatro in right, Curtis Byrne doing the catching for Zane Morehouse. That brings up Colby Halter with 1 out. Colby Halter having a very fine Cape League season, hitting .309. In the lefty batter's box off the righty. Here's the pitch. It's in there for strike 1. Halter coming into today with 4 home runs, 9 runs driven in. He's walked 12 times and has struck out 20 times. One out in the top of the first. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It is spoiled foul, 0-2. Halter this year against Brewster, 2 for 7. Has 2 singles, walked once, and he has 1 strikeout. That was here at Stony Brook in their first contest. Contest number 2 was at Gov Fuller Field in a 0-0 tie. As Morehouse steps off the mound and regroups. 0-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Misses low and outside, 1-2. That's one of those pitches where Morehouse wanted Colby Halter to chase, but Halter did a good job laying off. Good hitters strike out a lot. A little bit of a shift as Martini moves over to his left there at second base. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Goes down swinging. 2 gone in the top of the first. And that will bring up today's designated hitter, Peyton Stovall.
Now batting the designated hitter from Arkansas, number 10, Peyton Stovall.
Making his Brewster Whitecaps, I guess you could say, debut in the opponent territory. Stovall has yet to see these Whitecaps. He was activated the day after matchup number 2 with these 2 clubs. Zane Morehouse looking for a 1-2-3 inning for the Caps. Here's the first pitch to Stovall. Misses low, 1-0. And the Caps were able to get out of this inning scoreless. It'll be a very different top of the first inning than last time, in which the Falmouth Commodores put up 4 runs. The only runs, and it was enough to walk away with the win. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. 2-0 the count as it misses low. Whitecaps yesterday tied with the Chatham Anglers. Both ties yesterday were in 7 innings because both fields didn't have lights. 2-0 the count. Morehouse from the windup, he delivers, and it gets away. Counts 3-0 now as that pitch missed low.
That's what they call a Brewster special. I remember one of the broadcasters for the Whitecaps and really good friend of mine, Johnny Gadamowitz, told me that's what it's called, and I couldn't stop laughing. I thought it was hilarious. So Whitecaps special when the game ends in 7 or 8 innings because there are no lights at Stony Brook Field.
Thus the 5 o'clock start time. Here's the 3-0 pitch to Stovall, and it's in there for strike number 1, 3-1 the count. Stovall coming into today was activated a week ago. He has yet to strike out. He knows how to work those counts in his favor. Here's the 3-1. And he draws ball 4 with 2 outs. So a runner over there at first as Jacob Walsh will have a chance here in the top of the first inning at Stony Brook Field again.
Now batting the first baseman from
Yeah, last time, well, you're saying again because last time we were here, we were in the top of the first inning, and Jacob Walsh hit a home run to left field into the trees right in front of us. 315 down that left field line, but it's also not too shabby over there in right. 325 to right field where Walsh pulls in the left-handed batter's box.
Morehouse from the stretch for the first time today. Here's the first pitch to Walsh. Saying if he checked his swing, he did not check his swing at strike number 1, 0-1. Walsh the next night, after the 2-run shot against Brewster in the Wareham game, had an opposite field base hit that drove in 2 as well. That delivered the lead at the time, but that wasn't the go-ahead run as the Wareham Gatemen would actually tie that game up again. Here's the 0-1. Good block there by Byrne, but Stovall gets a great secondary jump, and he's over there at second. So a runner in scoring position with 2 outs as the count is even at 1-1.
Great job there by Stovall. You said it. Great jump. You know, he knew it was bouncing in the dirt, so it was going to go somewhere. It stayed in front of the catcher, Curtis Byrne, but, you know, you mentioned it. Great jump by Stovall, and now 1 hit into the gap can make this a 1-0 game.
Seen both catchers this season for the Brewster Whitecaps. Chase Atkinson was in the lineup in that 0-0 tie. Curtis Byrne was in game number 1. 1-1 the count on Walsh. Runner at second, 2 outs in the top of the first inning. Here's the pitch. It's another breaking ball and another good block there by Byrne, but Stovall doesn't advance. The count's 2-1 now. Basically the exact same pitch. But Morehouse, he had some length in start number 1. 4 2/3. Gave up a couple of knocks. That's just one of those days. But Stovall, with anything in the gap, could come on in. 2-1 the count. Here's the pitch. That misses outside, 3-1. So some 2-out on your toes action for the Falmouth Commodore offense. Good to see Jacob Walsh wearing 33 today in the blacks. He wore 34 the other night in Orleans. Perhaps giving him some luck in a very fine hitter's count right here. 3-1 the count. Morehouse comes set. Stovall at second. Here's the pitch. It misses outside. And that's the second 2-out walk here in the top of the first inning.
Back-to-back as well.
That's just good discipline there. Jacob Walsh had a very fine effort last night walking a few times. Walking 1 to be exact. But anytime you see Jacob Walsh draw ball 4, it's a good sign. It's walk number 10 for him this year. As Curtis Byrne and Zane Morehouse talk it up on the mound, the meeting is broken up as Byrne heads back to the plate. Brings up Andrew Pinkney, the center fielder from Alabama.
Now batting, the center fielder.
Made some noise the last time he was here.
24, Andrew Pinkney.
Came in off the bench in that matchup at Stony Brook just 2 weeks ago. First pitch. Rips that one into left field, and it drops in front of Fisher. Stovall coming to the plate. The throw is not in time. Stovall toe taps his way in, and it's 1-0 Falmouth. Pinkney over there at first, Walsh at second. And here come those first inning runs again at Stony Brook Field.
Yeah, you'll take that any day of the week. You know, it was a little risky with Stovall coming in, but you said the toe tap. You know, got one of the sides of the plate there, and it works out in Falmouth's favor. Now it's up to Jackson Nicholas to keep it going.
Jackson Nicholas making his first start of the 2022 season, was just activated yesterday. That's because he went all the way to the CWS final with Oklahoma. Another lefty on righty. Here's the first pitch to him. He grounds this one right side. Will it get through? It will, into right center field. Walsh is given the wave. The throw goes into third, and it is not in time as Walsh scores. It's 2-0 Falmouth. Nicholas over there at second. Pinkney over there at third. All this damage with 2 outs.
Yeah, Andrew Pinkney gets tagged out there. That run does not come in. That was huge. It's a smart play by Brewster to throw it over there at third base. You know, I mean, Walsh was going to easily come in. They didn't really have much of an angle there either. It was a closer throw to third base. Brewster tries a risk that normally works out in its favor, but it does not. And now, one flare from Anthony McKenzie with 2 outs makes this another 4 spot in the top of the first inning at yet again Stony Brook Field.
The Anthony McKenzie, the switch-hitting left fielder today. Here's the first pitch he sees. It misses low, 1-0.
Are we calling that a double or
I believe we're going to call that a single and advance on the throw.
Yes, I agree.
Little bloop ground ball, if you will. Didn't have much on it, but it got through and it drove in a run. 1-0 the count on Amac. Here's the pitch. Spoils this one foul. And the count's even at 1.
Didn't you write that in your scorebook?
I did. When he hit that home run at Spillane Field, which was the first contest between the Gatemen and the Doors, around the bases, all you heard from the dugout was, "Let's go, Amac."
Makes sense then.
1-1 the count. Pinkney at third. Nicholas at second. Here's the pitch. Broken bat, twisting foul out of play. The ball went to the left side. The bat went to the first base side, and it's 1-2 now as Anthony McKenzie will go grab some new wood.
So bat and ball going the opposite ways. I thought he threw the bat for a second. Then I heard the way it sounded.
We saw a flying bat yesterday. It was Josiah Cromwick.
That thing went.
Took a little hack at it and actually landed in the Hyannis Harbor Hawks ball person's well.
Yeah, that thing went zooming out of the hands.
Morehouse trying to get out of this thing, but the Doors have other ideas as they've been very successful with 2 outs in this game thus far. 1-2 the count, 2 outs, 2-0 Doors. Here's the pitch from Morehouse. Ripped down the line and right. That's a fair ball. Pinkney is in to score. Here comes Nicholas standing up. McKenzie heading for second, and he's in safely. It's a 2-run double, And for the second time at Stony Brook Field, 4 runs in the first inning for the Falmouth Commodores.
Massive. Death taxes, man. That's a great piece of hitting from McKenzie. Got over ahead of the first baseman, David Mendham. And McKenzie took advantage. Had great speed going around. That's a 2-out, 2-run RBI double right there from Anthony McKenzie. Textbook.
Boy, basically with 2 outs, you figured Morehouse was going to have a 1-2-3 cruising inning, and here we are again, 4-0 Doors in the first inning. As Luke Boyer steps up, another switch hitter. This switch hitter from TCU. As Morehouse steps off, that's actually going to be a balk on Morehouse as he tried to juke Anthony McKenzie over there at second, as McKenzie will trot his way over to third. So now he's just 90 feet away as Boyers has yet to see the first pitch.
So now Morehouse is going to work from the windup. Good call there by Merzel. I mean, either way, it's really no harm, no foul. A bloop single is going to score that run.
First pitch to Boyers is spoiled behind home plate. 0-1. Boyers coming into today 2 for his first 23. His first game that he was at least activated for was the game at Veterans Field against the Chatham Anglers. Did not play in that contest. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. That misses low, 1-1. And you got to give credit to the discipline on these hitters, because on those back-to-back walks we saw from Stovall and Walsh, the command wasn't as strong as it was in batters 1 and 2 with Mooney and Halter. Boyers with the count even at 1 apiece. Cozart on deck. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, right side. That's a fair ball right by the bag as Mendham gathers and steps on first. But not before the Doors get 4 runs again in the top of the first inning here at Stony Brook Field. We go to the bottom of the first inning. 4-0 the score as you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. Back here at Stony Brook Field, the Falmouth Commodores putting up a 4 spot again in the top of the first inning, all with 2 outs as they lead 4-0. It will be Alex Freeland, the shortstop, wearing 24 today. The Caps in their pinstripes, Doors in their blacks. First time we are not playing on a redshirt Friday against the Brewster Whitecaps. Jerron Watts-Brown from the windup. First pitch to Freeland, misses low, 1-0. The first matchup was on Friday at Stony Brook. The second one was at Gov Fuller on a Friday. Here's the 1-0 from Watts Brown, and that's in there for strike number 1. Jerron Watts Brown coming into today 6.60 ERA, 1-3 on the year, as the 1-1 pitch is in there for strike number 2. But Watts Brown, as we mentioned in opening the door, road start number 5. So he's been their guy, especially on Saturdays. Pitched a lot on the weekends here. Ahead in the count on Freeland, 1-2. Here's the pitch. Misses low, 2-2. Freeland coming into today hitting .264. 5 home runs, 11 runs driven in. Walked 6 times and has struck out 12. Count even at 2. Watts Brown from the windup fires. This pitch is spoiled foul. We'll do it again. Good to see Jerron Watts Brown wearing his number that he wore at Long Beach State this year, number 23.
Yeah, not many players get that opportunity to do it in summer ball as well, wear their same number.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Misses low, and the count is run full. Jerron Watts Brown pitched at Doran Park last Saturday. His first win of the 2022 season with the Doors. Here is the payoff pitch. In the air to left field, and that's going to drop for a base hit towards the gap. Pinckney cuts it off, and it's a leadoff single for Alex Freeland.
Yeah, he just left that over the middle. Watts Brown, he had him too. You know, it was quick. It was 1-2, and thought he was going to get him. And honestly, that first pitch was ball 1. That was a little bit below the knees. That was a strike on Alex Mooney in the top half. Not the case with Alex Freeland in the bottom half. So I'm a little concerned with that one.
That's going to bring up Carson DiMartini, who is at second today. We saw him a lot at third. These first couple of matchups made a very fine play laying out in foul territory. Here's the first pitch he sees, and it gets away from the catcher Cozart as Freeland takes off for second. And he's over there in scoring position with nobody out. Counts 1-0 in favor of DiMartini.
Yeah, pass ball to ruling there because it went off of Cozart's glove and then rolled all the way to the backstop.
Watts Brown comes set, and time has been granted by home plate umpire for Jacob Cozart behind the dish. And here we go again. Watts Brown comes set. Takes a peek over at second and fires the pitch, and it misses low, 2-0. DiMartini coming into today hitting .238, 2 home runs, 8 runs driven in, 10 walks, 18 strikeouts. Not a cloud in sight tonight. 2-0 the count. Freeland over there at second. Big lead over there. Here's the pitch from Watts Brown. It's a high pop-up twisting towards the left field line. Charging in is McKenzie, and he can't make the catch. So the count's at 2-1 now as he overran it just a little bit as the ball was behind him. Had to come back for it and could not make the catch.
So never hit his glove. So I don't think they're going to rule that an error. At least I wouldn't think.
No error on the Brewster Whitecaps scoreboard, so.
No, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
Keep you updated if it is indeed ruled one. 2-1 the count. Freeland at second. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses upstairs, 3-1. Watts Brown's butter. He loves that slider. And he throws that slider how a right-handed pitcher should be throwing a slider. Not necessarily a sweeping movement. A lot of break on it. Not like a curveball. Here's the 3-1. It's a fastball and it misses up. It's ball 4. Runners at first and second with nobody out. Watts Brown in some trouble of his own. The Falmouth Commodore defense, Colby Halter at third, Alex Mooney at short, Jackson Nicholas over there at second, Jacob Walsh at first. Doing the catching is Jacob Cozart for Jerron Watts Brown. And the outfield left to right, Anthony McKenzie, Andrew Pinckney, and Luke Boyers. So now that's going to bring up Ryan Lasko, making his return to the Brewster Whitecaps lineup just a couple of days ago. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Here's the pitch. And that's in there for strike number 1 to Lasko. Lasko coming into today hitting .212, no home runs, 1 run driven in. He's walked twice and has struck out 12 times as well. Watts Brown looking for that ground ball. Here's the 0-1. Cozart fires over to third, and it is not in time as both runners advance on the pass ball. 1-1 the count.
Yeah, Cozart was struggling with his face mask. He didn't get it off. He didn't have the greatest of views over there at third base, and the throw was a little high, so Colby Halter tried to play smart with it, you know, catch it and then run back a little bit like he went behind, trying to fool the third base runner Freeland, but now there goes that double play ball. You got to be smart here for Watts Brown and control your own game.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's a breaking ball. Check his swing, appeal over to second, and he did not go around. 2-1 the count. We say second because first base umpire for today, Mikey Hinojosa, moving over there second because runners at second and third. No one over there down that first base side. 2-1 the count. Freeland at third, DeMartini at second. Here's the pitch. And that's in there for strike number 2. And Watts Brown trying to get Ryan Lasko here. Counts even at 2. Be the first strikeout for Watts Brown, who is yet to retire a batter. He comes set. Here's the pitch to Lasko. In the air to right down the line, twisting foul, giving chase is Boyers, and he can't make it.
Man, that guy can fly. Luke Boyers was hustling.
We had to wait a little bit to see if he would make that catch, obviously.
Vantage point is tough over here on the right side, too. Like, we have to look at inside the dugout between where the top of the dugout is and where players are standing to try and figure out if Boyers caught that or not.
Watts Brown coming set. 6th pitch of the at-bat on the way. Here it is. It's a breaking ball. It's lined to Mooney. Mooney will not double anybody up as he makes the catch, and there's one gone.
Oh, that's so tough. He caught that right at shortstop. DeMartini was waiting there for a second. Had Nicholas been over there quicker, Mooney could have made the grab, tossed it over to second, and made it somewhat of an opportunity to turn a 6-4 double play.
Seen a lot of those lineouts in these past couple of days. We saw 3 in the first 2 innings in yesterday's contest against Hyannis.
I think it was 3 in the just first inning itself.
Yeah.
I think it was just 1 inning.
So now here is Cam Fisher, fairly new Brewster Whitecap, just 9 at-bats on the year. He's got 3 hits, though, so off to a good start. Here's the pitch from Watts Brown as he grounds this one right back to Watts Brown. He checks on the runner at third and throws over to first, and there are 2 gone. Another big out for Jerron Watts Brown.
And that's just the defensive side of the pitcher of Watts Brown that makes him really smart. Immediately when he got that ball, he stared right over at third base and told Alex Freeland, hey, I know where you're over there. Do not move. And then easily had time to make the throw over to first. Had Watts Brown thrown it right to first base, Freeland is coming home to score and getting around Jacob Cozart because he would have gotten home that quickly.
So now second and third with nobody out turns into second and third with 2 outs. And the Caps have yet to score as David Mendham, the first baseman from OK State, steps into the batter's box. Another righty on lefty as Watts Brown, the righty, comes set. Mendham in the box. Here's the first pitch. A little bit low and outside, 1-0 the count.
This is what Watts Brown does well. You know, he's in a jam right now. He's really good at somehow in some way getting out of them. Saw a lot of it in Harwich in his first start. Saw it a lot in Bourne last time he was on the mound. It's an opportunity here to do it again.
The 1-0 misses outside, 2-0 the count. Mendham coming into today, hitting .269, 3 runs driven in, 4 walks. 2 for 8 against the Doors this summer. Has an extra base hit that was a double, a single, but he also says struck out 3 times. He's ahead in the count 2-0. Here's the pitch from Watts Brown. It's a breaking ball right behind, and as you can hear on our nice crowd mic, it hits the fence right in front of us. 2-1 the count.
I would have caught that.
Mendham has not yet hit a home run this season. Had 11 at OK State with the Cowboys in the 2022 season. Watts Brown just looking to retire him in any way. 4-0 the score. Falmouth on top over the Brewster Whitecaps. 2-1 the count in the bottom of the first inning. Here's the pitch from Watts Brown. It's a fastball. It's in play. Right back to Watts Brown. Gathers and fires over to first, and the inning is over. Two runners stranded as we go to the top of the second inning. Falmouth on top 4-0 over the Brewster Whitecaps. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network.
Welcome back to Stony Brook Field as we head into the top of the second inning. Carter Bainbridge with you here as your field reporter for today's broadcast. The Whitecaps powered all the way to a CCBL championship last year on the strength of their pitching. The Caps were second in the league in team ERA and won despite possessing the lowest team average in the league at .219. This year, Brewster is more well-rounded. The Whitecaps are third in ERA and fourth in team average entering tonight. By most stats, this is a better team than the one that won last year. But the Caps have yet to pull ahead of a crowded Eastern Division and have tied 5 of their last 10 games. Guys?
Well, thank you so much, Carter. That's fascinating about that batting average. It just shows that this kind of league is just most of the time a pitcher's league. As Jacob Kozart leads things off, Falmouth on top over the Brewster Whitecaps 4-0, along with Carter and Trey Redfield. I'm Logan Safarenko. Jacob Kozart, who is catching today, into the batter's box. First pitch he sees is grounded right side, snagged by Morehouse as he robbed that one and flips over to first. One gone in the top of the second inning.
I thought that was going to get by Morehouse. That was a quick reaction right there.
Kind of stuck his glove out there and pulled it back in, as it should have been grounded right side, but he stole it. And that's going to bring up Alex Mooney, the Duke shortstop. Was 1 for 4 in game number 2 this year against the Caps. Had a double as he shows bunt, pulls it back, and that's in there for strike one, and Mooney doesn't like that one. He flew out on 5 pitches back in the first inning. Doors trying to get runs throughout the entirety of the game and not just in the first inning like last time. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch from Morehouse as it's a high fastball driven into center. Blasco moving back, and he makes the catch. 2 gone. Boy, something about Mooney attacking that high fastball. He has the ability to not just put that ball in play, but do some damage with it as well.
I mean, you gotta be a good hitter if you're gonna go after the high cheese. Everyone loves some high cheese. Just depends on how you handle it. And the best hitters are the ones that take advantage.
So that's gonna bring up Colby Halter. Alex Mooney had a home run against the Wareham Gatemen at Gov Fuller Field off of a high slider. But 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. Halter the batter, Morehouse from the windup. He kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball, and it's in there for strike one. 0-1 the count. Halter struck out back in the first inning. Falmouth 4 runs on 3 hits. And 2 outs again. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Halter was a little late on that one, and it's now 0-2. Falmouth Commodores had 2 outs back in the first inning with nobody out. Then all of a sudden Stovall walked, and the rest was history. as Halter just trying to extend this inning and not make it a 1-2-3 inning for Morehouse. 0-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball is sent in the air to right center field. Lasko moving over to his left. Underneath it, he makes the catch. That's that in the top of the second inning as we go to the bottom half of the second inning. Falmouth on top 4-0 over Brewster as you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Welcome back to Stony Brook Field. We are in the bottom of the second inning as Curtis Byrne will lead things off for the Brewster Whitecaps. Today's catcher for the defending champs as Watts Brown comes out of the windup and fires the first pitch to the TCU catcher. It misses low, 1-0 the count. Boy,
Wait, what?
what an effort there from Jerron Watts Brown in the first inning. Had second and third, nobody out, and he got out of it. Here's the 1-0. Grounded foul towards the Brewster dugout, 1-1. Were you saying what? Because you didn't like the call?
Yeah.
It was a good.
Alex
little
Mooney,
low.
Alex Mooney didn't like it either. Jerron Watts Brown didn't like it.
Well, Watts
I
Brown.
think I have a good case.
Here's the 1-1. It's a breaking ball. It's sent in the air to right. Boyer's coming in towards foul territory, and he makes the catch in foul territory, and there's one gone. We talked about it back in the first inning. He can cover a lot of ground out there in the outfield. He's in right today, and he takes it from Byrne.
Yeah, he got a great jump on the ball. You know, Luke Boyers is a guy who played quarterback and safety in high school in Bernie, Texas. And he told me that he loves playing safety because of the ground that he was able to make up, you know, playing football, but also the part of lighting someone up over the middle. But either way, he's showing his safety skills out there.
First pitch to Grayson Tatro was in there for a strike, and as the count is now 0-1, this is a kid that has been very successful against Falmouth. 4 for 7, 4 singles, 1 strikeout. He's hit by a pitch as the 0-1 is grounded right side to Halter. Backhanded pick over to first, and he gets it. I beg your pardon. Nicholas over there at second, and there are 2 gone. Well, we see that a lot over there at second, but haven't seen too many backhanded picks from our second baseman. But Tatro can fly down those bases. He swiped 16 bags, but this year, especially last time, he swiped 3 bags in one day, 2 of them in a row on back-to-back pitches.
Hey, 7 stolen bases on the season. That leads the team. Not too shabby.
First pitch to Logan Bravo is spoiled foul. Bravo DHing today. Infielder from Harvard. Had a very fine year with the Crimson, where he hit .355, but he is looking for his first base hit against the Falmouth Commodores. Only played in game number 1 against them, not in game number 2. 0 for 4 the strikeout. 0-1 the count, 2 outs in the bottom of the second as the pitch misses low, 1-1. Bravo hitting .241 this year. 6 runs driven in, he's walked 7 times, and has struck out 15 times. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Grounded right towards the Brewster dugout. Look out as the count's 1-2. Hot shots coming through. And this could be a good opportunity for Jerron Watts-Brown's first strikeout. So filthy with that slider, loves using that fastball. From the windup, he fires. And he got him looking with a breaking ball as he struts to the dugout. Retires 3 in a row in the bottom of the second inning as we go to the third. Falmouth still leading 4-0 over Brewster as you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Welcome back to Stony Brook Field as we are in the top of the third inning. Falmouth with a 4-run lead over the Brewster Whitecaps as Peyton Stovall, the lefty DH today from Arkansas, usually at second base, but giving Nicholas a run over there today. Morehouse still on the mound. Here's the first pitch to Stovall as it skips the plate. 1-0 the count. Stovall got that first inning rally going with that 5-pitch walk. As the first base runner came around to score on the Andrew Pinckney base hit. Here's the 1-0. Check swing, it's a foul ball. 1-1 the count. Peyton Stovall, in his debut this season, had a home run at Doran Park last Saturday. 2 runs driven in this year. Has the count even at 1 apiece. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Another skipper. 2-1 the count.
That was like a 56-footer at most.
Very fine effort there by Curtis Byrne to keep that in front of him. Even if it got away from him, no damage or harm because nobody's on base. Stovall with a 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. Another one, this time it did get away as it misses low and inside. 3-1 the count. Well, we talked about how disciplined he is in the batter's box. He has yet to strike out this season in 1 week. He struck out 32 times in the 2022 season with Arkansas. Actually saw one of his RBIs live. We were watching the regionals. 3-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Stovall rips that one into right center for a base hit. Lasko gathers and fires back into the infield. It's a leadoff single for Peyton Stovall.
You're pretty excited when that RBI came in. You let Carter and I know immediately. I think I was playing cornhole at that party. You come out, he's like, and you're like, Trey, Peyton Stovall just got an RBI.
It's always fun when you recognize the guys on the College World Series.
That's right. He had a great CWS too.
Especially when Nicholas got activated yesterday. Had a very fine game against Texas A&M. Here's Jacob Walsh with nobody out. 1 runner over there at first. It's Stovall. Here's the first pitch to Walsh. It's a breaking ball, and it's in there for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Walsh walked back in the first inning after Stovall drew ball 4. Lefty on righty. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, right side. Stovall trying to get to second so it's not a double play, as it's just a 4-3 fielder's choice. One gone.
Yeah, that was only one play. You know, there was only one opportunity there getting out and for DeMartini, and it was moving to your left side, fielding in, just taking what you can get. You know, there's no way you can turn a double play ball with all your momentum going one way and you want to throw in another. DeMartini did the right move and got the easy out over at first, which moves Stovall over to second.
So that will bring up Andrew Pinckney, who got the scoring started back in the first inning. First pitch he sees from Morehouse is a breaking ball as it misses low. 1-0 the count. That was on the first pitch he saw. So clearly they like something off of the righty from Texas. Stovall over there at second. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch from Morehouse. Misses outside, 2-0. Morehouse took a little bit of time on that delivery.
Yeah, normally he works pretty quickly, but not the case on that one.
For the second inning, Stovall is at second. The lone base runner over there in scoring position. 2-0 the count on Pinckney. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball inside. It's called strike one. 2-1 the count. Andrew Pinckney, as you mentioned, came off the bench in game one. Did start in game two. This season, he's 1 for 4. Has a double, a strikeout, and a walk against the Whitecaps. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Ground ball right side, foul towards the Falmouth dugout. 2-2 the count. So Morehouse had a very fine second inning, bouncing back after that first. Saw 3 batters there. In inning number 1, saw 8 batters. A little bit of a reaction there from the Falmouth dugout. Wonder what happened over there.
Yeah, we're hearing ball, 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 ball.
I usually see Ryan Alley make the plays over there at first base. Maybe the dugout letting him hear it a little bit. 2-2 the count. Here's the pitch to Pinckney. Breaking ball is foul tipped off of the mitts of Byrne as it gets away. So Pinckney stays alive. 2-2 again.
You know what it might be? Ryan Eiley's Australian. And them screaming ball, 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 mine, 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 maybe a Finding Nemo joke. I'm being dead serious when I say that.
Lasco a little bit over to his left and center. 2-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Into left. This is shallow. It is trouble, and it's caught by Lasco, and they're going to double up Stovall over there at second base. An 8-4 double play it goes as we go to the bottom of the third inning. Falmouth still on top, 4-0 over the Whitecaps as you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Welcome back to Stony Brook Field. Falmouth Commodores leading 4-0 over the Brewster Whitecaps as Parks Harbor, the third baseman, will step into the batter's box. The 9-hitter, righty on righty. Here's the first pitch he sees. He pops this one up a mile high, foul out of play, 0-1. Well, Watts Brown, we talked to him a little bit And he said that his slider is probably one of his more consistent weapons as he struck out Logan Bravo on it back in the bottom of the second. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Bravo as belted foul out of play, 0-2. He said he likes how his curveball works a little bit, but he says his slider is more consistent. Says it's a better pitch out of his arsenal. 0-2 the count. Here's the pitch to Bravo. It's a fastball, grounded up the middle, and through for a base hit. So for the second time today, the Whitecaps have their leadoff base runner on in base hit fashion.
Yeah, Watts Brown was upset with himself. Knew it was going up the middle, immediately brought his head up. He was like,
Well, he said
gotta get on the next one.
He said coming into this summer that it's so important to just attack the zone, especially with a fastball, and you can't get away with balls away from the zone here on Cape Cod because in Big West play, he said you can because the hitters aren't as disciplined as everyone on the Cape, so he elected to go to the fastball, and Parks Harbor gets it. Breaking ball misses low. 1-0 the count to Alex Freeland. Freeland had the single back in the first inning. He was stranded at third base. They want to make sure they strand Parks Harbor as well. The 1-0. High pop-up, twisting foul, and out of play. Stony Brook has the playground behind it today. No school in session because no weekday, and obviously we're in mid-July.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you not mention the mid-July part, then like Logan.
It was very, very fun to walk in and see no kids on it because I may take a little trip to the playground myself after the game.
Oh, really?
We will see.
I'll cross you up. There's a basketball because there's a court back there, too. I get buckets.
Alex Freeland, 1-1 count. Watts Brown comes set. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball grounded to Walsh. Walsh fires over to second for one. Over to first to Watts Brown, and it gets away from him. So they get the lead base runner, but Alex Freeland will reach. We'll see how they rule that. Most likely will be an E6, but we'll see
Maybe.
just on the throw, but they have yet to put it up there.
The second baseman.
Yeah, I mean, Mooney threw that to Watts Brown like he was catching it, then touching the bag. Watts Brown was in position to put his foot on the base, but it got to but the ball was thrown to where Watts Brown was moving towards the bag. I don't think that should be an error because it was a bang-bang play over that first anyways. But that's just my take.
So now here is the second baseman, Carson DiMartini. He looks at a fastball outside, 1-0. DiMartini walked on 5 pitches back in the first inning. Came into today with 10 walks. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. Misses upstairs, 2-0. Out of the starting 9 today, he does lead those boys in the walks category with now 11 on this season. Over there at first is Alex Freeland on the fielder's choice. 2-0 the count. He takes off. Throw from Cozart gets into center field. It is strike one as Freeland advances over to third as the throw got away. And again, they will have a runner just 90 feet away. So 2-1 the count now.
Yeah, now we play the game again of what will they rule? Not really sure.
They just ruled it a E2 on the board.
They did. So there goes the no game or no errors in a game type beat. Haven't had one of those yet this season, unfortunately.
2-1 count to DiMartini. Here's the pitch from Watts Brown. It misses outside, 3-1. He's got to be careful because he's at risk of walking him for the second straight time. That first walk came back in the first. Watts Brown trying to work out of the little mini jam. Here's the 3-1. It's a breaking ball, and they're saying he did not go. It is the second time DiMartini has walked on 5 pitches today. Runners at first and third with 1 out.
Now batting, the center fielder from Rutgers, number 26.
Yeah, so now luckily enough, you can try and turn a double play ball here. That's exactly what the middle infielders are doing. Mooney and Nicholas over there coming closer to that second base bag, trying to cheat the double play.
So now here is Ryan Lasko, who lined to Mooney the last time he was in the box. Takes a big hack and comes up empty. Actually swung so hard, one of his elbow guards popped off, one of his Evos. And the count's now 0-1. Over there at first was DeMartini. He kind of bluffed and went back over to first. Wonder if you see him go. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. That ball missed outside, 1-1. Was able to check his swing. Ryan Lasko coming into today 1 for 5 against the Doors this year. Here's the 1-1. Runner goes. Throw into second is not in time as a run scores. Freeland is in. And DeMartini reaches over there at second with 1 out. So the bases, that's been their secret to getting some runs today for the Brewster Whitecaps, as it's now a 3-run game.
Yeah, miscommunication there. Watts Brown showing a little bit of emotion with that too, and you don't really see that from a pitcher getting upset at his defense. But I mean, I would be there too. There was a certain design there, I think, and just didn't work out in the communications type's favor.
Here's the pitch from Watts Brown. It misses upstairs. 2-2 the count.
If you're Watts Brown, you just got to regroup here. You know, let the game come to you and bear down on your own end. If you control your own game, nothing can stop you.
2-2 on Lasko. Here's the pitch, as it is grounded foul right in front of Cozart. We'll do it again. Well, we saw Alex Freeland get into third base on a swipe bag, and then he advanced on the error. So say a 1.5, if you will. Then DeMartini put some pressure as Freeland scored. 2-2 the count. Here's the pitch. It misses high, 3-2.
I got to give these Brewster base runners a lot of credit. They're shuffling left and right and kind of rattling Watts Brown a little bit. He comes set. He's peeking at least once over at that second base bag each and every time there's someone on there. Right now it's DeMartini.
Here's the payoff pitch. And he got him looking. 2 gone here in the bottom of the third. It's the second strikeout for Watts Brown, and the second one looking. As that'll bring up Cam Fisher, who grounded out the last time he was up to Watts Brown. And Watts Brown, we said how important it was to give him run support. That's been the theme these past couple of days especially. Trying to make this inning just a 1-run inning. First pitch to Fisher. Misses upstairs, 1-0. And these Brewster Whitecaps hitters have done a very fine job laying off the fastball that is up in the zone. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. 4-1 ball game. Falmouth on top. Falmouth had that 4-run first again. Brewster getting 1 this inning. 1-0 count over there at second is DeMartini. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball, and it's in there for strike number 1. 1-1 the count. Falmouth Commodores will have Jackson Nicholas, Anthony McKenzie, and Luke Boyers due up in the top of the 4th. The Doors are looking to get back into the win column. 1-1 pitch, here it is. Hit the other way to Halter as he fires over to first, and he retires Cam Fisher. It's a 5-3 putout as we go to the top of the 4th inning. 4-1 the score. Falmouth on top over Brewster as you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network.
Oklahoma.
Welcome back to Stony Brook Field, along with Carter Bainbridge and Trey Redfield. Logan Sanfarenko with you. We were in the top of the 4th inning as the second baseman, Jackson Nicholas, will step into the batter's box, 1 for 1 on the day. Zane Morehouse still working for the Brewster Whitecaps. Here's the first pitch to Nicholas. It's a breaking ball, and it misses outside, 1-1. Beg your pardon, 1-0. The Doors, 4 runs on 4 hits. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball that is looped right over the grandstands and out of play. Now 1-1.
It's like you saw that pitch in the future. You were telling us something that nobody knew.
Hey, there you go. Nice grandstand setup here at Stony Brook. Big shift there on the right side. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball is in there for strike number 2 as Nicholas took a little hack at it and came up empty. Nicholas had a very fine moment with Oklahoma. Had the grand slam against Texas A&M in the opening round of the College World Series. Had an RBI back in the first today as well. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout number 2 for Zane Morehouse. 1 gone here in the top of the 4th. That's going to bring up Anthony McKenzie.
Now batting the left fielder from Sam Houston State.
Another one of these Doors in the middle of the lineup that produced back in the first inning. Had a 2-run double down the right field line. Morehouse from the windup, he fires as McKenzie shows bunt, pulls it back, strike number 1. 0-1 the count. McKenzie, that first at bat he had, it was a 4-pitch double. Worked a solid 1-2 count. Good piece of 2-out, 2-strike hitting. The 0-1. That misses outside, 1-1. Falmouth Commodores entering today last in the Western Division. Right behind the Wareham Gatemen, trailing them by 3 points. The 1-1 from Morehouse. That misses outside, 2-1. Gotta give some credit to Zane Morehouse for really bearing down and buckling in ever since that first inning. He's been very fine in the second and fine in the third, and it's been very quick here in the 4th inning. 2-1 the count, though. Here's the pitch. Ground ball foul, 2-2.
And the reason why you say that is because he's really been throwing his breaking ball well. He's been finding it for strikes, and that's the reason why he's settled down. He has found his pitch. Talked about Jerron Watts-Brown using the slider as his pitch. Right now, Morehouse is his slider.
Looking for strikeout number 3 from the righty from Texas. From the windup, he fires the pitch. It's a breaking ball, grounded right side, foul. Fielded by Ryan Eiley, the Falmouth first base coach, as he fields to the dugout. We'll do the 2-2 again.
Slider, curveball, one of those two, but I like to think it's a slider because it bends so much and it moves so quickly. You know, I don't think a curveball can break that fast the way Morehouse does with his.
The 2-2 again. Cut and a miss, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Zane Morehouse, and there are 2 gone. And that's going to bring up Luke Boyers.
Now batting the right fielder from Texas Christian, number 6, Luke Boyers.
Well, Boyers grounded out to the first baseman, David Mendham, to end that long top of the first inning, but this is starting to get a little eerily familiar from when the first time these two clubs squared off at Stony Brook. And there was a 4-spot put up in the first inning. First pitch to Boyers is a breaking ball grounded, right back to Morehouse. Gathers and he underhand tosses it over to Mendham. 3 up and 3 down they go again as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. 4-1 the score, Falmouth on top. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network.
welcome you back to Stony Brook Field, where the Commodores are leading the Whitecaps by a score of 4-1 heading into the bottom half of the fourth inning. With Logan Soforenko and Carter Bainbridge, I'm Trey Redfield. So glad you're with us for the third meeting of these two. Falmouth owns the season series 1-0-1. Last time they faced off, 0-0 tie came last Friday at Gov Fuller Field. Jerron Watts-Brown on for his fourth inning of work, and it starts against David Mendham, who is 0 for 1 on the afternoon. First pitch to him. Slider misses low and away, didn't go around, ball one.
Cozart was very adamant that he did, but clearly no swing around. Good check there by Mendham.
Just one of those checks from the catcher that just shows that he has his pitcher's back. 1-0. Fastball high and away, 2-0 now. Mendham playing first base today. Comes out of Oklahoma State, where he had 276 with 11 home runs. It's a righty-on lefty matchup. Watts-Brown is working from the windup. Has his sign from Cozart, kicks and fires. Fastball too low, ball three.
We've seen a couple of walks today, not incredibly harmful, but leadoff walks, they never result to anything good.
Infield straight up, so is the outfield. 3-0. Fastball too low, ball four. Four-pitch walk given up by Jerron Watts-Brown. It's the third base on balls allowed by the Long Beach State Dirtbag today.
I saw a lot of four-pitch walks last night against the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. Saw two from the Falmouth pitching staff.
So now comes Curtis Byrne. Right-handed batter who's behind the plate today. Flew out to Luke Boyers in right field on a foul fly to start off the bottom of the second inning. Watts-Brown working from the stretch with Mendham on first. Kicks and fires. First pitch too high and away. Ball one. As Cozart calls time, that's 5 straight balls thrown by Watts-Brown. So the battery going to talk things over on the mound. Cozart just trying to slow down Watts-Brown a little bit. This is something that Cozart does really well. He knows when his pitchers are getting a little flabbergasted, a little too rattled. Sometimes they just need a second, and Cozart honors that. 4-1 your score. Falmouth in front of Brewster. 1 on, nobody gone in this bottom half of the fourth inning at Stony Brook Field. Byrne takes a deep breath, steps back into the right-handed batter's box, puts the bat on his back shoulder. Watts-Brown comes set on the mound. 1-0. Fastball at the letters and inside, but enough for strike one. So count even with Mendham on first base, who got aboard via 4-pitch walk. Jacob Walsh holding him on over there. Watts-Brown comes set. Kicks and fires. Fastball swinging a grounder through the hole on the left side for a base hit. Curtis Byrne is now 1 for 2 on the afternoon with a single as Mendham goes over to second. And it now brings up Grayson Tatro, who serves as the tying run with no one gone in this bottom half of the fourth inning. Falmouth 4, Brewster 1.
Well, this guy's an RBI machine, and he's been very successful against the Falmouth Commodores, Grayson Tatro. So you got to be able to attack him, but be cautious because, like you said, one swing of the bat could tie this game up. And we've seen some home runs that have been close here at this ballpark.
He's 0 for 1 today with a ground out to second. Mendham on second, Byrne on first. Watts-Brown peeks back at second. His first pitch, he went around. Strike one. Tatro brought his bat around home plate in the left-handed batter's box. So it was a pitch that was low and inside of fastball, and it's 0-1 on the right fielder out of Abilene Christian. Righty on lefty duel. Watts-Brown working quickly. Already has his sign. Kicks and fires. Slider, and Tatro swords that one. It's now 0-2. Grayson Tatro is a guy who dominated with ACU this season. 17 home runs, 66 RBIs, 16 stolen bases. All of them led the Wildcats. He's down 0-2 with no one gone in this bottom half of the fourth inning. Watts-Brown from the stretch has his sign. Looks back at second. Looks back again and deals. Fastball too low, ball one. Last time the Doors and Caps faced off, there was this heckler at Gov Fuller Field, and he was going down the roster, and he was saying, "Hey, Grayson, you go to Abilene Christian. Where is that?" I turned around and told him, "Oh, it's in Texas, and they're in the Southland Conference, too." He had the Brewster dugout fired up on the third base side. A lot of the Whitecaps players were saying, yep, Yep, each every time the heckler was saying something. The 1-2. Slider, swing and a miss, strike 3. Jerron Watts-Brown picks up his first swinging strikeout on the afternoon. It's his third overall, and there is one gone with 2 on in the bottom of the 4th inning. Falmouth leads Brewster 4-1.
It's fascinating that you have the 2 different ways, the via looking and via swinging. It was on the same pitch. It was on that breaking ball. So very fine job there by Watts-Brown trying to get that ground ball here.
Both Zane Morehouse and Jerron Watts-Brown are using their breaking ball to their advantage. Logan Bravo now at the plate. Righty on righty duel. First pitch. Slider low and away. Good block by Kozar, keeping it in front of him, moving to hhis right side. It's now 1-0. It's Mendham on second, who got aboard via a 4-pitch walk. Curtis Byrne is still hanging out on first base. He got aboard via a single over on the left side between the hole of Colby Halter and Alex Mooney at third and short, respectively. Bravo back in the right-handed batter's box. Watts-Brown has his sign from Kozar. Comes set from the stretch. 1-0. Fastball inside, but enough for strike 1. Bravo shrugging his shoulders a little bit because he didn't really like that call.
That's not a pitch you're swinging at when you're ahead in the count 1-0. His mindset there.
It's now even at 1. 1 gone, bottom 4, doors up 3. 2 on in this bottom half of the 4th inning. Watts-Brown peeks back at second. Looks back again and deals. Slider, swing and a miss, strike 2. This is something Watts-Brown is comfortable in, it feels like. He has runners on, and he finds a way to dominate.
Demonstrated that in the first inning.
Yeah, he's demonstrated that all season as well. Likes to find the mentality of strike 1. Find the first strike and dominate. Peek back at second again. 1-2. In the dirt, blocked by Kozar. Count even at 2 now.
For the second time.
For the second
That's
time.
a great job back there in this at-bat.
Jacob Kozar, the catcher out of NC State, started in 42 games this season. Told me it was an easy choice to go play college ball in Raleigh, North Carolina, because Elliot Avon, the rest of the coaching staff, live and breathe catching. 2 on, 1 gone. Bottom 4, doors up on the Caps, 4-1. 2-2 the count on Logan Bravo, who is 0 for 1 today with a strikeout looking. The pitch. Slider, swinging a bouncer to the left side. Mooney has it at shortstop, tosses the second for 1, over to first for 2. It's a 6-4-3 double play, and Watts-Brown gets out of another jam. That is huge. And the Commodores will take it any day of the week to close out the 4th. We go into the top of the 5th inning with Kozar, Mooney, and Halter due up, and Falmouth leading Brewster 4-1. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. Let's go into the top of the 5th inning here at Stony Brook Field. The Commodores leading the Whitecaps by a score of 4-1. Jacob Cozart stepping in for the second time today. He's 0 for 1 with a ground ball back to the pitcher, who is still Zane Morehouse, on for his 5th inning of work. He gave up a 4 spot in the top of the first, just like what we saw last time we were here at Stony Brook Field. But after that, the Texas Longhorn right-handed pitcher has really gotten into the swing of things.
Has not walked a batter, just gave up 1 base hit ever since that first inning. And it might be a little bit of a earpiece malfunction with catcher Curtis Byrne.
That's exactly what it is. His back left strap was not strapped in, so Jamie Shevchik coming out, just, hey, make sure that's strapped up, buddy, before you go behind the plate.
It's the first year in the NCAA that those have been used and been legal. Is that what it's been this past season? The communicators, or what? How long have those been legal? I feel like
I have no idea.
It was the first year I really saw them used this year in a 2022 season.
It's taking a little bit longer than usual, and it's letting Cozart, do some functional things with his hands. Alex Mooney is on deck. Following him is Colby Halter. That's due up for the Commodores in this top half. So everything's figured out. Byrne has his strap fixed. He's now standing behind the plate. Cozart in the left-handed batter's box. And I believe we're ready to play some ball. Yes, we are. Let's do this thing. Doors up 3 in his top half of the 5th inning. Back underway. First pitch from Zane Morehouse. Fastball low and inside. It gets to the backstop. That gets by the glove of Byrne as well. It's 1-0. Sun is starting to slowly creep behind the trees here at Stony Brook Field, one of the few fields in the Cape Cod Baseball League that do not have lights. When a game finishes in 7 or 8 innings, it is called the Brewster Special, because they don't finish the entire thing due to darkness. The 1-0. Curveball, low and inner half, and enough for strike 1. You didn't like that one?
Not a pitch you're swinging at.
Well, that too.
Also, it was 2018 when walkies were allowed with catchers in the NCAA.
You just looked that up?
I did.
Nice.
Double check.
1-1 the count, no one gone. Here's the pitch. Fastball swinging a drive down the right field line. Moving over to his left is Tatro, and he can't get it. Cozart is at first base for a leadoff single. We don't have the best vantage point over there, but we do know that Tatro couldn't make the grab down the line in right field, and Jacob Cozart is aboard. He's now 1 for 2 on the afternoon.
Well, the Brewster offense, they have had 2 base hits in their leadoff fashion. Falmouth countering, saying we can do that too. Led off the 3rd with a single and leading off this 5th inning with a single.
So Falmouth's 5th hit on the afternoon comes off the bat of Jacob Cozart. And we're now at the top of the order for the 3rd time today with Alex Mooney. Morehouse from the stretch. Misses low and away. Mooney went around and taking advantage is Cozart going over to second base. So Mooney not able to check his swing on the wild pitch. Cozart gives over to second without a throw. So it's 0-1 on Mooney, despite the scoreboard saying 1-0. So Cozart leads off second. No one gone in this top half of the 5th inning. Falmouth leads Brewster 4-1. Mooney at the plate, righty on righty duel. Morehouse from the stretch, kicks and fires. Fastball tipped into the glove of Byrne. It's now 0-2 on the Duke Blue Devil.
Oh, he went to that nice heater right there. Had Mooney on his back foot. Just got to defend with 2 strikes here.
Mooney celebrated his 20th birthday earlier in the week on July 6th. As Morehouse has his sign and comes set. The 0-2. Fastball, he got him on strikes. Mooney didn't like the call, and it's Morehouse's 4th strikeout on the afternoon. 1 gone in this top half of the 5th inning.
Well, it's the first time he has struck out a batter looking today, and it was a pretty filthy at bat. He struck out Mooney on 3 pitches. Mooney's still taking his time back to the dugout. He couldn't believe it, but nevertheless, 1 out as Colby Halter steps in with a runner in scoring position.
Seen a couple of questionable calls with Mooney, ones that were a little bit below the knees, and James Fonseca called it strikes. Mooney was not a fan of any of those. As Colby Halter now steps into the left-handed batter's box. His first pitch, he shows bunt, pulls it back. It's at the knees, strike 1.
He's not afraid to do that either.
Talked about his old school vibe last night. He Shows off the stirrups. He rolls up his pants. He's choked up on the bat a mile high. He crowds that left-handed batter's box, and he runs with no fear. He's trying to bring around Jacob Kozart, trying to balloon the Falmouth lead to 4. 4-1 your score, 1 gone. Here's the pitch. Too low, ball 1, count even. Halter today is 0 for 2. Went down swinging on a 1-2 count and flew out to center field to Ryan Lasko out there in the grass of Stony Brook Field. Halter this season has 4 home runs with the Commodores. The 1-1. Curveball misses outside. It's now 2-1.
That had a lot of late break on it.
Yes, it did.
I thought that was going to break towards the strike zone, but kind of tailing away.
So Halter ahead 2-1. Kozart on second. 1 gone, top 5. Doors up 3 with Peyton Stovall on deck. He's 1 for 1 today. Morehouse fires. Swinging a line shot to right center field and down for a base hit. Kozart coming around third, and he's going to come home to score without a throw. Colby Halter has himself an RBI single and does his job. Falmouth leads Brewster 5-1 with 1 on and 1 gone in this top half of the 5th inning.
Well, that's something the Doors couldn't do in their first matchup here at Stony Brook. They had the 4 spot in the first and could not hit a baseball in those last 8 innings. So now they get that run right back that Brewster got in the 3rd. Back to that 4-run lead.
So for the last 3 innings, Falmouth has gone down in order, 1, 2, 3. That streak is snapped in this 5th inning. Payne Stovall now at the plate, another righty on lefty matchup pitcher, the batter. Stovall leads off first, held on by David Mendham. Check that, Halter leads off first as Stovall looks at ball 1 at the batter's box, high and outside. Colby Halter is a base stealer. He has 10 of them this season. That leads Falmouth. Doesn't have much of a lead over there at first base right now. 1-0 to Stovall. Curveball misses low and in. Good block by Curtis Byrne, keeping it in front of him and down in front of him as well. It's 2-0.
Not too far behind the league leader, Riku Nishida, who has 13. That is the Cape leader right now in the stolen base category.
Riku Nishida, so fun to watch with the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. The 2-0. Fastball swinging a pop-up behind us and foul. Out of play it goes as well. It's 2-1 on Stovall, who hit .295 this season with Arkansas, hitting 6 home runs and 31 RBIs. Had a great College World Series with the Razorbacks. One of his games, he went 5 for 6 against SEC foe Auburn. A lot of SEC teams in the CWS this year, and one of them won it all in Ole Miss for the 2nd straight season. The 2-1. Fastball high and outside, now 3-1. Stovall is 1 pitch away from walking for the 2nd time today, and it happened on the same count, 3-1.
Yeah, and also the single that he had worked that count up to a 3-1 count as well back in the 3rd. So 3-1, he has gotten those hitters' counts in his favor today.
Halter leads off first. 1 gone, top 5, doors up 4. 3-1 pitch, swinging a bouncer right side foul. Ryan Eiley making the play yet again. Give that guy a gold glove, because I'll tell you what, that fielding percentage is near 1,000.
Oh, I don't know about that. He elects not to take some sometimes, but
well, it's not his play. It's not his play. It's not his play.
Absolutely,
it's not his play. Count full on Stovall. Doors leading the Caps 5-1 with Halter on first and 1 gone in the top of the 5th. Payoff pitch. Fastball swinging a line shot left side foul and out of play. Going to the left side of that Brewster bullpen. So we'll do the 3-2 again.
Find a bat here. 6 pitches here. Stovall's looking for that opposite field gap in left center.
The outfield is playing straight up. The infield at the corners, a little bit at third base is normally stout. Holding on Halter is Mendham. Middle infield's at a double play depth right now, trying to get out of this top half. Morehouse working from the stretch, comes set. Kicks and fires. Halter goes, swinging a pop-up, left side. Tailing foul, moving over to his right is Karen Fisher, going over to the bullpen, and he makes the grab for the 2nd out.
Stovall saying that he might have been out of play there, and indeed not. give credit to home plate umpire James Fonseca for tracking that all the way down and making sure he was on the right side of the field of play. It indeed was an F7.
So it now brings up Jacob Walsh, who was 0 for 1. He also has himself a walk. That walk came in the first inning where Falmouth put up a 4 spot. The second time it's done that, and the only 2 times that the Doors will be making a trip here to Stony Brook Field. So Colby Halter still leads off first base. St. Morehouse is 1 out away from completing 5 innings. Another righty on lefty duel. Morehouse stares down his catcher Byrne. He's got his sign from him, and he comes set from the stretch. First pitch to Walsh. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
One of those swings where he got a different pitch than expected. Took a weird hack at it.
It's a game of chess, baseball, isn't it? Trying to figure out what the pitcher is going to throw. Sometimes you'll miss poorly, but sometimes you'll take it dead center. Halter leads off first, the 0-1. Going with that slider, and it finds the outer half for strike 2. Walsh thought it missed. The home plate umpire James Fonseca says it did not, my friend. 1 on, 2 gone, top of the 5th. Commodores leading the Whitecaps 5-1. Falmouth has already put a run in this top half of the 5th inning thanks to Colby Halter. The 0-2 misses outside, now 1-2. It's an RBI single from the Florida Gator. He's the one that's on first right now. Andrew Pinckney is on deck. He has himself an RBI single. He's 1 for 2 today. Morehouse comes set. The 1-2. Swing and a rope to right center field. This one bounces, and it bounces off the wall as well. A couple of hops going off the fence. Halter rounding third. He's going to come home to score. It's an RBI double for Jacob Walsh, and Falmouth balloons its lead even more, this time to 5. 6-1 your score. Walsh on second with 2 gone in the top of the 5th.
Well, that sounded absolutely beautiful off the bat, and if this were the first contest, who knows if that would have bounced out? That might have been a home run, but Doors getting 5-run lead now, and you wonder if they leave Morehouse in to finish this inning. It looks like they're going to, but very fine swing of the bat there from Walsh.
There is activity in the Brewster bullpen straight ahead from us over on the left side of the field. It's Andrew Pinckney at the plate. Righty on righty matchup. Walsh leads off second, 2 gone. First pitch to Pink. Strike 1 at the letters. He went around as well, so kind of a lose-lose situation there for Andrew, who's down 0-1. He broke his bat in his second at-bat. It was a flare to center field. It turned out to be an 8-4 double play as Peyton Stovall got burned on second base. The 0-1. Fastball and a swing and a line shot into left field, and that one gets down as well. Rolling all the way to the wall and getting past Fisher. Coming home to score is Walsh. Pinckney is racing for third. He's going to have himself an RBI triple. Andrew Pinckney with blaze. 7-1 your score. 2 gone, top 5. Falmouth has itself a 3 spot here in the 5th.
Boy, this kid's having a day. Had the run-scoring single back in the first. Then absolute blazer just like that. It's 7-1 Doors. How about this offense today? And a quick little mound visit there from Curtis Byrne and Zane Morehouse. Very different outing than last time where we saw 4 2/3 innings where he did not give up a run. Gave up just 4 hits. Giving up 8 today.
I think this is going to be it. Zane Morehouse has himself 4 2/3 innings pitched. His afternoon is going to be done. The last batter that he faced was Andrew Pinckney, a guy who told me he fixed some things up in his approach. Told me 2 very easy things: simplify and be on time. He certainly was, and it brings Morehouse back to the third base dugout. New pitcher coming in for Brewster. 7-1 your score with Pinckney on third and 2 gone in his top half of the 5th inning. We'll tell you who the new Whitecap arm is when we come back. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. So Zane Morehouse's afternoon is done after 4 2/3 innings pitched, giving up 7 hits along with 7 runs. That number is not done just yet because Andrew Pinckney is on third base. Morehouse also gave up 2 walks and struck out 4. He paves way for Brennan Oxford, left-handed pitcher out of Wake Forest. He's making his 7th appearance. He has 8 innings pitched, 6 hits, the ERA at 0.00, striking out 8 batters. Comes in where the Commodores lead the Whitecaps 7-1 with 2 gone in his top half of the 5th inning. And his first pitch is a swing and a miss for strike 1 to Jackson Nicholas. Nicholas is 1 for 2 today. Had himself a single in the first. Pinckney 90 feet away from being Falmouth's 8th run. Lefty on lefty matchup. 0-1. Outside, count even at 1. He's been awesome. He has been awesome. Simplify and be on time. That's Pinckney's mantra right now, and it's been working for him. Got himself an RBI triple. Now he's 90 feet away from scoring. 1-1. Fastball that misses just a bit inside. It's 2-1. Oxford is from Durham, New Hampshire, which is home to the University of New Hampshire. The 2-1. Fastball too low. Now 3-1. There's also Durham, North Carolina. That's home to the Durham Bulls, but Durham, New Hampshire is home to the New Hampshire Wildcats. It was a little bit, I will say. Last time we were here, Durham said Durham, New Hampshire was home to the Durham Bulls. The North Carolinian to me got really upset. 3-1 pitch. Fastball misses outside for ball 4. Runners at the corners with 2 gone, and Anthony McKenzie comes up to the plate, who's 1 for 2 today with an RBI double.
Now batting, the left fielder from Sam Houston State, number 1, Anthony McKenzie.
Very good point, my friend. So brings up the switch-hitting McKenzie. With the left-handed pitcher, Brennan Oxford, on the mound. McKenzie into the right-handed batter's box. Pinckney on third. Nicholas on first. First pitch. Fastball belt level and enough for strike 1. McKenzie's in left field today. It's a spot where he's been playing a lot recently. And we asked him about it about a week and a half ago. I asked him, when was the last time you played left field? He told us when I was in Little League.
Yeah, 7 years old.
We were surprised by that one. Oxford with the 0-1. Fastball misses low and inside. Count even at 1 with 2 gone in this top half of the 5th inning. Runners at the corners. Doors leading the Caps by a score of 7-1. Much different than the last time these two faced off in what was a 0-0 tie at Gov Fuller Field. Check that one off the bucket list. Pickoff move over to first. Nothing doing with Nicholas over there at first base, getting back safely without getting his jersey dirty. Pinckney's over at third after getting himself an RBI triple, driving in Jacob Walsh. McKenzie is at the plate. Over at first right now is Nicholas. The 1-1. Fastball swinging a bouncer left side foul, bouncing off the Brewster dugout over on the third base side. So 1-2 now on McKenzie, who hit .242 with 3 home runs and 19 RBIs this season at Sam Houston State. 7 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for Falmouth. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors for Brewster. Runners at the corners, 2 gone. 1-2 the count in this top half of the 5th inning. Oxford deals. Fastball swinging a pop-up right side. Coming in from right field and hustling is Grayson Tatro, and he makes the grab to close out the top of the 5th. And it was a long one. 3 runs put up by the Doors to propel themselves to a 7-1 lead over the Brewster Whitecaps. Let's go to the bottom of the 5th inning, where Harbor, Freeland, and DeMartini are due up. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. So after a dominant top half of the 5th inning, the Commodores are back on defense for this bottom half of the 5th, leading the Brewster Whitecaps by a score of 7-1. Falmouth put up 3 in the top half, and now it's Caleb Corbett coming on the mound for the Commodores, taking on Parks Harbor. Righty on righty duel, first pitch from Corbett. Fastball misses inside, ball 1, which means Jerron Watts Brown's afternoon is done. He had 4 innings pitched, given up 3 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. The 1-0. Fastball misses inside as well, now 2-0. So Corbett coming in. Comes out of Louisville, rising junior from Louisville, Kentucky, where he started in 20 games for the Cardinals, went 2-1 with an 8.10 ERA, and 23 1/3 innings pitched. 2-1, fastball that pops out of the glove of Cozart. It was at the knees and enough for strike 1.
Made a couple appearances this summer. Seen Wareham a couple of times and Bourne and YD. 0-1 on the year, 13.5 ERA.
2-1. Fastball swing and a miss, count even at 2.
Struck out 4 this summer, only walked 2, but he has given up 10 hits.
Corbett's 1 strike away from grabbing his 5th strikeout of the season. 2-2 pitch. Fastball swinging a ground ball left side through the hole. No, it's not. Mooney has it on the backhand and he just holds it there. Smart play there by Alex Mooney, eating an infield single from Parks Harbor, who's now 2 for 2 on the day. I thought that was going to get through, but Mooney did a great job moving to his right side, snagging it with the backhand.
Yeah, he'll usually cut it off, and that's probably the 3rd or 4th time we've seen this summer him just eat the throw. Wisely slow, but just to show the crowd that, hey, maybe I could get him.
We've seen Mooney try that a couple of times, but it doesn't really work out in his favor. He's doing the right thing now. Shuffling a little bit over to the second base bag, trying to cheat that double play ball. Now at the top of the order with Alex Freeland. First pitch to him. Fastball that's right down Broadway, strike 1. 7-1 is your score. Falmouth in front of Brewster. 4 were put up in the top of the 1st. 3 were put up in this top half of the 5th inning. Now in the bottom half with no one gone, as the 1-0 is a breaking ball that Cozart blocks, but it got away, moving to his right side. Going over to second is Harbor on the wild pitch. Cozart a little bit upset with himself after that one, punching his glove.
Been a couple of those today, but no harm, no foul. 6-run lead.
Not too shabby, right? Not too shabby. 7 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for Falmouth. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for Brewster. Harbor's on second. Nobody gone in this bottom half of the 5th inning. Freeland is at the plate right now, who is 1 for 2 today with a leadoff single in the 1st. Came into tonight hitting .264 with 5 home runs and 11 RBIs. Righty on lefty matchup, Corbett comes set. Kicks and fires. Fastball in and out of the glove of Cozart, and taking advantage is Harbor.
That's because he tried to squeeze that thing and hold that for a strike, and in those little 2 seconds, Harbor took off.
And it goes against Cozart too, because it was ball 2. So 2-1 now on Freeland, the shortstop out of UCF, where he hit 11 home runs with 38 RBIs. His slugging was .570 this season. Harbor 90 feet away from being Brewster's 2nd run with no one gone in his bottom half of the 5th. 2-1 pitch. Fastball misses outside, 3-1 now. Carson DeMartini's on deck. Doesn't have an official at bat yet because he has walked twice. Corbett comes set. Kicks and fires. Fastball swinging a line shot to left field and down for a base hit. So left fielder McKenzie coming in to field it cleanly. Coming in the score is Harbor, and it's now 7-2 Falmouth with no one gone in this bottom half of the 5th.
Could have been a nice double, but good job by McKenzie to cut that off. You knew that run was just bound with the way this inning was going to come in, so now he's got to get that ground ball.
So Harbor coming in the score, Freeland grabbing his 12th RBI of the 2022 Cape Cod Baseball League season. Now brings up Carson DeMartini, the 2nd baseman out of Virginia Tech, who hit .341 this season with the Hokies. Another righty on lefty duel. First pitch. It's a fastball that misses low and away for ball 1. A lot of ACC going on in this infield right now. You have Alex Mooney at shortstop. On the mound is Caleb Corbett out of Louisville. Mooney comes out of Duke. At the plate is DeMartini out of Virginia Tech. 1-0 comes in, fastball. That was at the letters, and that's strike one, count even. And Jacob Cozart is behind the plate right now. He comes out of NC State. It's funny, speaking of Virginia Tech and NC State, Cozart had a weekend series in Blacksburg where he caught in 32-degree weather and snow. 1-1, runner goes. It's ball one, low and away, and going in without a throw into second is Freeland. So it's 2-1 on DeMartini. He's now back in the left-handed batter's box. Corbett comes set, man on second, no one gone, bottom five, 2-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Fastball too high, Cozart pops up. Oh, it is enough for strike two. Thought that was a little bit above the letters. The count's even. It's the first time DeMartini's had 2 strikes on him today. The both times he has walked, they were on 3-1 counts. Freeland on second with the lead over there. Mooney right behind him. Nobody gone in this bottom half of the 5th inning. Falmouth leads Brewster 7-2. 2-2 to DeMartini. Fastball too high and away. Count full.
Well, you got to be careful because, well, he's walked twice. Not necessarily a 3-1 count like they were at bats 1 and 2, but full count now. These are usually destined to end in strike 3 or ball 4.
And you want to get yourself an out here as well. Corbett has yet to get one of those. Payoff pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss. There it is. One gone, and Corbett's first strikeout on the afternoon.
Just bound to end in strike 3 or ball 4 with those at bats, aren't they?
You're a prophet.
Well, in Orleans, I was wrong the other night because we saw 2 of those very lengthy at bats. It was with the leadoff hitter Travis Honeyman, and it was a couple of ground ball 4-3 putouts, and I was like, oh man.
Well, today you're a prophet.
There we go. I'll take that.
Travis Honeyman, one of the best hitters on Cape Cod this season at Orleans, leading the league in batting average. Here in Brewster, it's Ryan Lasko who's coming up to the plate. 0 for 2 today. Alex Freeland on second, 1 gone, bottom 5. Corbett looking back at second. Deals the first pitch. Curveball, and Lasko shows bunt. Successful down on the left side. Halter picks it up with a bare hand. The throw is offline. Lasko gets in the first safely. Going over to third is Freeland. So runners at the corners with 1 gone in the bottom of the 5th. Falmouth leads Brewster by 5.
Well, they indeed rule that an infield single.
Rightfully so.
And now really want that ground ball double play. I've been saying it a lot. There's been a lot of those opportunities. I know you got a 5-run lead, but nothing is safe on Cape Cod as we see pitching coach Mike Landry take a little visit to Caleb Corbett. We cannot see the bullpen from here. It is on the other side of the dugout. It's tough to see as
I can't see it either. Even standing up on the bleachers.
We wonder if they'll leave Corbett in, likely so, as Cam Fisher steps on into the batter's box.
So let's reset for a second. Falmouth with 7 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error. Brewster with 2 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. We are in the bottom of the 5th inning. There are runners at the corners with 1 gone. Caleb Corbett will stay on the mound after the conversation has been broken up. And at the plate is Cameron Fisher, who is 0 for 2 today, playing left field.
Cameron Fisher at the plate.
It's Freeland on third, Lasko on first. Both of them got aboard via singles. Corbett's working from the stretch. Righty on lefty matchup. He comes set. Pickoff move over to first. Nothing doing.
Pretty close, though.
It was pretty close, though.
It's usually, you can tell with the base runners, they get that little rock towards second base. Base runner over there, Ryan Lasko, definitely had that rock, but was in back in safely.
I think there's been a lot more than just rocks. There's been a lot of shuffling around the base pass, especially with Brewster on second base, leading off that back. Another pickoff move over to first. Getting back in time yet again is Lasko with a dive. That one went even closer than the last one. Falmouth has yet to pick off a guy this season. Alex Mooney got picked off the other day at Orleans, but we still haven't seen the Commodores pick a guy off this season. First pitch to Fisher. Fastball above the knees, strike one. So finally we get a first pitch. And it features Fisher being down in the count.
And a first pitch strike, nevertheless.
That too. Fisher is 0 for 2 today with a ground ball back to the pitcher in the first and a ground ball to third in the third. Corbett comes set after a check over at first. The 0-1. Curveball, swing and a miss, strike two.
Ooh, we thought fastball there.
Goes back to the point that I said in the bottom of the fourth inning. It's a game of chess. Sometimes you can whiff at it. Sometimes you can take it yard. Freeland on third, Lasko on first. One gone, bottom five, doors up 5. Corbett comes set. Pickoff move over to first. He's safe again.
Oh.
That one closer than the previous 2 times.
Walsh was convinced that time. That was the first of
Yeah.
the 3 that he was convinced he got him.
Corbett keeps digging, but he hasn't struck gold just yet. So now Freeland takes his lead yet again at third. Lasko does the same over at first with Walsh holding him on. Still battling the sun over there as the sun's starting to graze behind the trees here at Stony Brook Field. The 0-2. Fastball upstairs, ball 1.
Wonder if that was a pitch out. See, maybe back pick over to first. I wouldn't think so, but
Goes
that
back
was
to your
what we
point of
want there.
goes back to your point of doing it where it's 0-2. You can afford something
Right.
like that, right?
Absolutely. Just don't throw it up the line.
Corbett shakes off Cozart, looks back at first, now gets his sign from Cozy. The 1-2. Curveball swinging a bouncer right side. Corbett throws over to second for one. Mooney has it, the throw to first. Not in time. So an RBI fielder's choice is delivered to Cameron Fisher because coming home to score is Alex Freeland. It's now 7-3 Falmouth with 1 gone in this bottom half of the 5th inning. Check that, 2 gone. 2 gone. Because DeMartini struck out swinging.
Now batting, the first baseman from
Well, when you think of it this way, when you have that
number 7.
Was that the right play?
run coming in, absolutely. Absolutely. Get the lead runner because likely or not, no matter what, that runner from third is going to score. So you cut down the lead runner there, got 1 runner over at first because now anything in the outfield doesn't necessarily score the run automatically. I just really focus on Mendham here.
David Mendham, 0 for 1 today with a walk. Already on lefty duel. First pitch to him. Breaking ball. And finds his own. Strike one. That thing broke into the strike zone.
Yeah, caught Mendham off guard.
Fisher leads off first. He's got himself an RBI off of a fielder's choice. He's put his Brewster Whitecaps down by just 4 now. 7-3 your score. 1 on, 2 gone. 0-1 the count on Mendham. Corbett deals. Foul tip. 0-2. It's been an exciting 5th inning. 3 runs put up in the top half, 2 runs put up in the bottom half. Mendham taking a sec. Now steps back into the left-handed batter's box. Corbett awaits his sign. Shakes off Cozart. Shakes him off again. 3rd time is the charm. He has his pitch now. Looks over at first. Comes set. The 0-2. Fastball swinging a bouncer right side foul. Mendham was upset with that one. Thought he just missed it, so we'll do the 0-2 again.
Something I'm noticing with these Brewster Whitecaps is they have the nice Brewster Whitecap theme bats. A lot of turquoise bats.
Oh,
that
yeah.
match the pinstripes that they're wearing today.
I think Brewster has the best jerseys, especially the ones that they're wearing right now. All white, pinstripes, reads Whitecaps across their jerseys in cursive with a bottom squiggly line that's turquoise. I think it's pristine. This is their best jersey out of the ones that they have. The 0-2. Runner goes, breaking ball, misses, and Cozart lost the handle, trying to throw it down to second. So getting into second safely is Fisher, and 1-2 is the count on Mendham.
We saw this in warm-ups going into the bottom of the 4th inning. He was trying to throw down to second, and he lost the grip, so not something too crazy, but definitely a point to take note of.
Fisher on second. 1-2 the count on Mendham with 2 gone and the Commodores leading the Whitecaps 7-3 in the bottom of the 5th. Corbett trying to complete his first inning of work. Comes set and deals. Breaking ball that's swung on and fouled back. We'll do the 1-2 again.
Very deadly at bat here this could be.
Mendham with one swing of the bat can make this a ball game yet again. Righty on lefty duel. Fisher on second. Corbett kicks and fires. Fastball spiked in the dirt. 2-2 now.
Yeah, this is a lengthy one. 6 pitches now.
Mendham coming into today, hitting .269 with 3 RBIs. He has 14 hits this season with the Whitecaps. At Oklahoma State, he had 11 home runs and 45 RBIs, a season that ended in the Stillwater Regional because Arkansas stole it from the Cowboys. 2-2. Curveball, that's a foul tip. Mendham getting just a little bit to stay in the batter's box.
You saw this with Pinckney staying alive and was able to do something. Trying to get the opposite result here with Mendham.
This is Mendham's second season on Cape Cod. Last year with the Chatham Anglers, played in 16 games, hitting .161 with just 1 RBI. Today with the Whitecaps, he's playing in his 15th. 2-2 the count. Man on second, 2 gone, bottom 5, doors up 4. Corbett deals. Curveball, swing and a miss, he got him. That's how you finish the bottom half of the 5th inning. Caleb Corbett grabbing his second strikeout on the afternoon, but not before giving up a 2 spot in the bottom of the 5th. Brewster making it somewhat of a game, but it's Falmouth that still leads 7-3. To the top of the 6th we go. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. Well, after a 5th inning full of fireworks, we are ready to start the top of the 6th inning. The Commodores lead the Whitecaps by a score of 7-3 with Logan Safarenko and Carter Bainbridge on Trey Redfield. 5 runs put up in the 5th inning, 3 in the top half, 2 in the bottom half. Luke Boyers will start things off in the 6th. Brennan Oxford on for somewhat of his 2nd inning of work. He came in the 5th. For Zane Morehouse as he fires strike 1 at the knees to Boyers. Morehouse went 4 2/3 innings pitched. Oxford is a 3rd in so far. Had 0-1 on Boyers, who was 0 for 2 tonight. Lefty on righty matchup. The 0-1. Slider misses inside, count even at 1.
That had some filthy break on it, and that was a spot that I'm shocked didn't get the call. Boyer's happy, though.
Boyer's a switch hitter in the right-handed batter's box, but prefers to be in the left-handed batter's box. The 1-1. Fastball, swinging a fly ball, left side, trailing foul, and that's where it'll land. Going into the Brewster bullpen over there on the left side, it's 1-2. Boyer's grounded out to first in the first inning to close out that exciting top half, one that featured 4 runs put up by Falmouth. And then in the fourth, Boyer's grounded back to Morehouse, the pitcher, on what was a quick reaction. It was a quick bounce, and Morehouse picked it up. If you've blinked, you may have missed it. Nobody on, no one gone in this top half of the 6th inning. Falmouth leads Brewster by 4. Brewster back in, or Boyers, excuse me, back in the right-handed batter's box. Oxford has his sign, working from the stretch. Kicks and fires to 1-2. Fastball high and outside, count even, this time at 2. Boyers is in right field today. He's getting that last piece of the sun that is tailing down behind the trees to our left side here in Brewster. Remember, no lights here at Stony Brook Field, so we may end this game due to darkness early. So the 2-2 comes in, swinging a line shot foul. That goes to the right of third base coach Brett Becker. So we'll do the 2-2 again. Boyers this season is 2 for 25. Came into today with a .087 batting average. Jacob Cozart is on deck. He's 1 for 2 with a leadoff single in the 5th. 2-2 pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Boyers goes down swinging. There's 1 gone in the top of the 6th. Falmouth leads Brewster by 4.
Well, he used that lefty on righty spot. He went to the fastball on the outer part of the plate. Just enough to get not necessarily Luke Boyers to chase, but it's a spot where it may look like that to a baseball spectator. 1 gone as Cozart comes in.
The catcher out of NC State, who hit .240 this season with the Wolfpack. It's a lefty-on-lefty matchup. First pitch from Oxford. Slider misses low and away, ball 1. Talking to Cozart a couple of days ago, I asked him, what's one thing you want to work on this summer that you want to take back to NC State? He told me definitely is contact hitting. Wants to get more base hits next year with the Wolfpack. The 1-0. Fastball right down Broadway. Strike 1, count even. He's on a team that a lot think that got robbed, including myself, from the NCAA tournament.
I will put that name in the bucket as well.
Yeah.
100% got robbed.
NC State made it to the ACC championship final for the 2nd straight season and lost to another North Carolina foe, this time in UNC. As the 1-1 misses inside, now 2-1. Last year it was Duke. And also last year NC State made it all the way to the College World Series. Cozart told me he was heartbroken. The entire team was when they found out they weren't going to the tournament this year. The 2-1 pitch. Fastball swinging a pop-up on the left side. It's moving in towards the outfield. Fisher coming in from left field and makes the grab for the 2nd out in the top of the 6th. So we now go to the top of the order for the 4th time today. It's Alex Mooney coming up to the plate, who is 0 for 3.
Oh, speaking of Duke, there he is.
There he is. There he is. Mooney was not on that team last year.
No.
Because
the freshman,
yes,
the youngster class of 2025.
Yes.
Of course, he might not see all those years as he might get drafted next year.
Right. He's going into his sophomore year, already 20 years old. So he is draft eligible next season. His first pitch, swinging a line shot to the left side and down for a base hit. Mooney rounding first. He's going to try for 2. Coming into second, the throw is not in time. Mooney beat the tag somehow in some way. Man, how did he get around that?
That's simple. He swiped behind the base. Didn't come anywhere near the tag, and we may see a little visit right here. But from the naked eye, he was safe.
He looked burned.
He was 100% safe. As Colby Halter says he was safe, got to agree with him.
Did he say that to us?
He did.
I didn't see him.
He did not tag him. The throw beat him by about a mile, but he avoided that tag.
Yeah, that was a great throw from Cameron Fisher. He had a great read on the ball, went with the right angle, threw it in the second, but Mooney beat the tag.
Folks, a heads up. I'll be handing out the prizes for the 50-50 raffle.
Win some, lose some. Mooney just won that one. He has his first hit today.
All right,
now
we are burning daylight here, so
we are burning daylight. Let's go.
Let's get back.
Let's go, Jamie Shevchik.
Let's play some baseball.
And Colby Halter wants to come up to bat.
See, and this is for somebody that works, 9 months of the year at a baseball field that doesn't have lights. We start our games at 4. Out here on Cape Cod, they start them at 5. So the risk of playing 6 or 7 innings, much greater.
Wait, does Cal Lutheran not have lights?
They do not have lights.
Wow.
They don't have lights for their softball or their baseball field. So we usually start our games, including when I did summer ball last year, at 4:05. So 5 minutes later than the 4 o'clock start. You know how many reschedules we had?
How many?
We had 1.
Really?
And it's because the game went into 12 innings. There was no ties in the CCL, the California Collegiate League.
Well, there are ties in the CCBL. Falmouth has the least of them this season with 2. So Mooney's still on second base. Colby Halter's at the plate. His first pitch, swinging a pop-up behind us, fouling out of play. So 0-1 on Halter. Has himself a single. That came in the 5th. Came into today with a .309 batting average. That's top 10 on the Cape. Trying to bring around his 1-2 punch counterpart, Alex Mooney. These two have been batting at the top of the order for who knows how long. It's been forever, though, since they have not been first and second in the order. Mooney on second, 2 gone. Top 6, 0-1 pitch. Fastball gets away from Byrne on the outside. Trotting the third is Mooney. He's now 90 feet away from scoring and ballooning the lead to 5. It's Falmouth that leads Brewster 7-3. Count even at 1-2 gone with Mooney on third. He's the only base runner.
Give even more credit for sliding into second base, standing up and safely.
He sold it, too. Even if he got tagged or not, he made sure that Mike Hinojosa knew that he was safe. Lefty on lefty matchup, pitcher the batter. Mooney on third, 2 gone, top 6, doors up 4. The 1-1. Fastball, swinging a high fly ball to right center field. Coming in, moving to his left is Lasco, and he makes the grab to close out the top of the 6th. So Halter flying out to center field to close out the top half. Let's go to the bottom half with Byrne, Tatro, and Bravo to it for the Whitecaps. 7-3 your score. The Commodores in front of the Whitecaps as you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. We're now into the bottom of the 6th inning here at Stony Brook Field, where the Commodores lead the Whitecaps by a score of 7-3 with Logan Safarenko and Carter Bainbridge. I'm Trey Redfield. It's now Josh Stewart's turn to take the mound. First batter he'll face is Curtis Byrne, and the first pitch misses low and inside for ball 1. So Caleb Corbett's afternoon is complete after an inning pitch, giving up 3 hits, 2 earned runs, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. Logan, after this pitch, 1-0 fastball at the knees. A little bit outside, though, 2-0. Give us the lowdown on Stewart this season.
This kid's been pretty nails thus far. 3 appearances coming into today, 5 2/3 of work, struck out 7, has not walked a batter, giving up 4 hits.
The 2-0. Fastball too high, 3-0. He's now 1 pitch away from grabbing his first walk. Stewart is a rising sophomore who was from Texas, now transferring to Texas A&M. Pitched in 10 games for the Longhorns with a 4.63 ERA, 11 2/3 innings pitched. 3-0 is strike 1, a little bit below the letters. He also gave up just 6 earned runs, opposing batting average of .289, striking out 13. The 3-1. Fastball, this one above the knees, and up for strike 2. The count is full on Byrne, who is 1 for 2 today with a single in the 4th. Byrne comes out at TCU. We're at .291 this season, with 5 home runs and 44 RBIs. Payoff pitch. Curveball swinging a bouncer foul over to the left side near Grayson Tatro, who's on deck for Brewster. 7 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for Falmouth. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Brewster. It's a righty-on-righty duel. Stewart takes a deep breath, steps back on the mound. Righty-on-righty matchup. The payoff pitch from the windup. Fastball misses just a bit low. That's ball 4. Stewart showing off a grimacing face on the mound. He wished he had that one, but it's Byrne who gets aboard via base on balls.
That's because that's a spot where Jerron Watts-Brown feasted in his first couple of innings. Had 2 strikeouts looking with that slider in that location. So got a tough batter in Grayson Tatro, but still got to attack here.
So Grayson Tatro coming up to the plate. 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Ground out the second in the 2nd. Down swinging in the 4th. First pitch to him in the 6th. Misses low for ball 1. Byrne on first with nobody gone. Falmouth 7, Brewster 3. The Commodores have yet to lose to the Whitecaps this season. Have won 1 here at Stony Brook Field and have tied 1 as well. That one came at the Gov as the 1-0 misses low and inside. It's now 2-0 on Tatro. With Abilene Christian this season, if you need some familiarity on the school, it's the team that beat Texas in the 2021 NCAA men's basketball tournament. It was an upset that a lot of people were calling, and it was an upset that happened in the first round. That's where Tatro goes to school. 2-0. Too low, ball 3. Tatro this season led Abilene Christian in home runs with 17, RBIs with 66, and stolen bases with 16. Not too bad, right?
Not too bad at all.
It's 1 pitch away from walking. 3-0. Fastball down the pipe. Strike 1. So Byrne's on first. He walks on a full count. He's the only man on. Tatro is ahead 3-1 with nobody gone in this 6th inning. Stewart from the stretch. Fastball, swing and a miss, another full count.
Another full count after falling behind in a count, 3-0.
That too.
First batter didn't go in the way of Stewart, trying to make it go his way against Tatro.
Tatro back in the left-handed batter's box. Righty on lefty duel. Stewart comes set and fires. Fastball, foul ball. It bounced off Tatro's bat twice. Thought that was going to be a bouncer to the left side. That's why I paused for a second, but hit Tatro's bat a couple of times. 7-3 is your score. Falmouth in front of Brewster. Byrne on first base with nobody out in this bottom half of the 6th inning. 3-2 is the count on Tatro. Josh Stewart comes set and deals. Fastball swinging a ground ball on the right side over at second base. Nicholas picks it up, only has 1 play and finishes it. throwing over to first to Walsh to grab the first out. Moving over to second is Byrne on the fielder's choice.
Well, you heard it from the dugout and even people on the field of play for the Falmouth Commodore defense. They said 1-1, just getting out, because that would have been insanely hard to turn, even with Curtis Byrne not necessarily being a huge speed threat going into second base.
And Nicholas just all the way over to first base as well with his momentum going over there to that left side from his vantage point. It's the right play to make. And the Oklahoma Sooner did just that. So Byrne on second. It's now Logan Bravo at the plate. Righty on righty matchup. First pitch to him. Fastball 2 low and away, ball 1. Stewart's dad, Timothy, went to Texas where he was in the class of 1995. His cousin Cole went 4th overall to the Baltimore Orioles a couple of years back, and he's still in the Orioles organization today. Stewart with the 1-0. Fastball, swing and a miss. Strike 1, count even.
That's something.
Yeah. Baseball family. Stewart with a couple of deep breaths, working from the stretch. Gets his sign from Kozart. Looks back at second. Looks again and deals the 1-1. Curveball misses low and inside. Great block by Kozart, keeping it in front of him. It's 2-1 on Bravo, the designated hitter out of Harvard.
There have been a couple that have gotten away from him, but he's made some great stops there defensively.
Kozart, a great defensive catcher. Started in 42 games in his freshman year at NC State. That's a school that lives and breathes catching. Stewart with the 2-1. Fastball, swinging a foul tip that bounces off the backstop to our left side. It's now 2-2. Bravo, just like Tatro, dominated all the statistics with his team and himself. Bravo out of Harvard hit .355, 8 home runs, 44 RBIs, 16 doubles. All those numbers led the Crimson this season. Didn't have to go far to play summer baseball, going from Cambridge, to Brewster. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, officially. Bravo did not check his swing. So there's now 2 gone with a man on second in the bottom of the 6th inning. Falmouth leads Brewster by 4.
I was looking for Mike Hinojosa. I know he's over there at second base, usually over there at first. I was like, oh, he went around. He's
I was
somewhere.
waiting for him.
He's somewhere. There he is.
Yeah. Hinojosa saying Bravo went around, and it now brings up Parks Harbor, who is 2 for 2 today with a couple of singles in the 9 spot. First pitch to the right-handed batter. Fastball above the knees, strike 1. Harbor came around to score in the 5th inning. An exciting 5th inning. 3 runs put up by Falmouth in the top half, 2 put up by Brewster in the bottom half. And on second, 2 gone, bottom 6, the 0-1. Curveball in the dirt, blocked by Kozart yet again. That's ball 1, though, and the count is even. Harbor comes out of Georgia, where he hit 13 home runs. That led the Bulldogs. On deck is Alex Freeman. Be the 4th time the Whitecaps have brought up the leadoff hitter. The 1-1. Fastball swinging a line drive, foul and out of play. It's now 1-2 on Harbor. That sun is well behind the trees to our left here at Stony Brook Field. Just a reminder, there are no lights here in Brewster. When the game is called, the game will be called due to darkness. The game ends in 8 innings. That's what my good friend Johnny Gadamwitz, broadcaster for the Brewster Whitecaps, calls a Brewster special. The 1-2. Fastball swinging a line drive to right center field. Pinckney is going back, and he makes the catch all the way to his left side in right center field. That's a gazelle out there in Andrew Pinckney, and he just closed out the 6th inning. Let's go to the top of the 7th. The heart of the order coming up for the doors. Stovall, Walsh, and Pinckney due up. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network.
from Arkansas.
Welcome back to Stony Brook Field, along with Carter Bainbridge and Trey Redfield. Logan with you the rest of the way as Peyton Stovall leads things off for the Falmouth Commodores, where they lead 7-3 over the Brewster Whitecaps. 1 win, no losses, and a tie. Falmouth Commodores lead the Brewster series in the season. First pitch to Stovall is in there for strike number 1. Stovall has been very disciplined at the plate today. Walked back in the first inning, singled in the third. Long at bat in the 5th inning resulted in a fly out to left near the foul line. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball and it misses inside. 1-1 the count. Stovall batting lefty today, as he always does. It's a lefty on lefty duel at this point. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. A little bit outside. They appeal over to third, and they say Stovall checked his swing. 2-1 the count.
Yeah, he checked his swing. He hardly took the bat off his shoulder.
That's one that the catcher talked about with Jacob Kozart. Always likes checking just in case.
Yeah, that's what I told you on the play-by-play, but no. What?
2-1 the count. Nobody out here in the top of the 7th. Here's the pitch. Stovall looks at ball 3 outside, and yet again he is seeing another 3-1 count. Every at-bat he has seen a 3-1 count. 2 of them have been worked into full counts. So now Walsh is on deck. Let's see what Stovall does with a fine hitter's count. Here's a 3-1, and he draws ball 4. Leadoff man is on. That brings up Jacob Walsh. So something just happened at the ballpark. The sun just went behind something. I don't know what it is. Obviously, it's kind of cleared the trees, but
Oh, no, it went behind the trees. It's just getting lower.
It cleared the trees. It's definitely got something else, because we just lost some significant sunlight in right field. All of the sun that was over there is now gone. So you wonder if this game could be finished in 7 innings, and it very well might.
This may be the last inning.
7-3 ball game. Falmouth on top over Brewster. Walsh in the batter's box. First pitch he sees, misses outside. Jacob Walsh right now at the count 1-0. Still looking for his first base hit against the lefty this season. Coming into today hitting 176, 4 home runs. One of them here at Stony Brook. Here's the 1-0. That's in there for strike number 1. 1-1 the count. Falmouth 9 hits today. Brewster with 6. Only seen 1 error. Wasn't as costly as the error last night in the game that was decided by 1 run. Stovall with his lead over there at first. The lefty comes set. Takes 2 peeks over there at first and now fires the pitch. Foul tipped into the catcher's mitt of Curtis Byrne. 1-2 the count now. Jacob Walsh today 1 for 2. Fielder's choice back in the 3rd. Run scoring double in the 5th, and he walked back in the 1st inning. The Doors are back at the Gov tomorrow, taking on the Wareham Gatemen. Trying to leave Stony Brook with a W. 1-2 the count, and nobody out in the top of the 7th inning. Here's the pitch. Cut on and miss, strike 3. And there is strikeout number 2 for Brennan Oxford.
You know, we're talking about with the sun going down and things like that, losing significant sunlight. You know, if there's any opportunity to play the 8th, the Commodores have to shut that out right now. You know, the big reason to how you close this thing out in 7 is if you do your thing right now in the top half. Andrew Pinckney's got to get aboard. You know, and Jackson Nicholas has got to follow. If you want to play the time game like how you would do in travel ball where it was a time limit, you're playing the sun limit right now. Take advantage of your opportunity. It starts right here with Pinckney.
First pitch he sees is upstairs, 1-0. Andrew Pinckney has a run-scoring single and a run-scoring triple. He was motoring around those bases back in the 5th inning. Ahead in the count 1-0. Regardless of the lights, very pretty scene here at Stony Brook. We are officially at dusk. Stovall with his lead over there at first. The lefty comes set. Here's the pitch. Same spot upstairs, 2-0.
He's got to keep waiting for that pitch. Be even more pickier than you have been beforehand. You want to get out of here quicker? That's how you do it.
Only so many times the Doors will come this far east again. They wrap up their Orleans trip on July 19th. Out at Eldridge Park, 2-0 the count, 1 out in the top of the 7th. Here's the pitch. High pop-up, and that is foul out of play, 2-1. Fans still sticking around here at Stony Brook. And as one usually does, I would say, till the final pitch, but I was guilty of leaving Fenway Park the other night.
Yeah, you're a devil now.
It was
Red Sox fans stay until the very end. You know who stayed until the very end?
You
In the
did.
rain in the center field
Yes, sir.
bleachers.
You
down
did.
4. Me. I did. Trevor Story was one pitch away from hitting a game-tying grand slam, but nope, the Sox are cold.
Stovall still over there at first base, 2-1 the count. And they got Stovall
no.
hung up over there at second, and he is tagged out. And Stovall can't believe it. He thought he wasn't tagged as Carson DiMartini apparently applies the tag, and there's 2 gone.
That was close. That was close. I don't know if he got him or not. I didn't get the best read on it, but tell you what, it looked pretty darn close. Do you think he got him? Yeah, you think,
I have no idea.
You have no idea?
It's dark.
No, it's not that
It's
dark.
dark.
It's not that dark. Come on, bro. You're being serious.
Well, I'm using the umpire's logic there.
Good point.
7-3. Yeah, I was about to say that a couple of seconds ago about that maybe being a hurry up play. Say, hey, let's get this game rolling, get this to the bottom of the 7th, at least complete 7. But
A full game, an actual game is 5 on Cape Cod.
the 2-1. High drive to left, foul, and boy, everybody in Brewster's thankful that that thing was foul.
My God, that
little-
was a rocket.
A little ahead on that thing, and that thing sounded absolutely beautiful off the bat. And if he hits one out, too bad we couldn't get another inning in because he could be on cycle watch.
Where's he at right now?
Triple and a single right now.
Oh, yeah.
So you never know. A double and a home run here could put him on cycle watch, but I would doubt to think that he would get a 5th at bat. The lefty comes set and fires the 2-2. And that's strike 3. We go to the bottom of the 7th. 7-3 the score. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Welcome back to Stony Brook Field, and it is getting nice and dark here at Brewster, Massachusetts, as the top of the lineup for the Brewster Whitecaps. We'll get things going here in the bottom of the 7th inning. It's Alex Freeland, the shortstop today. Josh Stewart on for his 2nd inning of work. Righty on lefty. Here's the first pitch from the windup, and that misses low, 1-0. Today, Alex Freeland had a very fine day. Single in the first, run scoring single in the 5th, reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd. The 1-0. That's in there for strike number 1, 1-1 the count. Around the league, just got to keep a lookout for the Wareham Gatemen, and they're now tied with the YD Red Sox.
Needed that. Needed that.
So they led by a little bit there. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Ripped down the right field line. Foul. And that's something that proved was so important about the Orleans win the other night, as the count's now at 1-2, is that was a keep-up win. Very big win.
This is a keep-up game, too.
Absolutely. The Bourne Braves trailing the Hyannis Harbor Hawks.
It's getting to that point in the season, Logan, where you're looking at this each and every minute, keeping your eye on more than just one game.
Well, Stewart's looking for that strike zone right here as he fires the 1-2 as it misses upstairs, 2-2.
Yeah, Hyannis leading Bourne right now, 7-2 in the top of the 5th.
If the Hyannis Harbor Hawks pull this one off and Catuit loses, they're just 1 point behind Catuit for the division lead in the West.
It's a fact.
Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball's popped up a mile high behind home plate. Kozart giving chase towards the net, and he can't make it as it's on the other side by about 3 inches. The only thing separating that ball and Jacob Kozart was, what, a millimeter thick netting, whatever we're going to call it?
Yeah, I mean, there's only he can't pull off the Joe Mauer and go behind the net and make the grab. Man, I miss watching Joe Mauer play.
Too bad there's no brick back here. Notorious for making backhanded plays.
Ooh, at Nationals Park.
Off the bricks.
That was nasty.
Stewart's 2-2 again. And he got him. Freeland goes down swinging. 2nd strikeout for Stewart. 1 gone in the bottom of the 7th. That's going to bring up Carson DiMartini.
Number 16.
You were saying?
Not too shabby.
Not at all.
Good spot. You know, it got Freeland to a knee. You know, to the point where he's kind of like reaching out for it, and he's a little bit behind as well. Just not the best approach there from Freeland, but good offering from Stewart.
First pitch to DiMartini apparently misses low, 1-0 the count.
Yeah, apparently.
Good spot there from Stewart.
You said it a little bit back. That was a Watts Brown strike.
1-0 the count. The pitch misses upstairs, 2-0. DiMartini today has been a tough out. He's walked twice, but back in the 5th inning, Corbett did get him. It's on a 6-pitch strikeout. Here's the 2-0. And that misses low, 3-0 the count.
And 1 pitch away from walking again, but that strikeout in the 5th was one of two the strikeout victims that Corbett got.
That second one was David Mendham, who is batting 5th today. Here's the 3-0, and that's in there for strike number 1. 3-1 the count. DiMartini coming into today hitting .238. Does have 2 home runs. Stewart's 3-1. That is in there for strike 2. The count's run full. That is the 3rd time we have seen Josh Stewart fall behind in the count 3-0 and work a full count now. Let's see if he can get a strikeout. He is 1 for 2 in that category. Here's the pitch. Oh, he froze him with a breaking ball. Stewart's feeling it, and there's 2 gone here in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, he should be. That was nasty. It's back-to-back strikeouts. That's his 3rd strikeout on the evening, and it's his first backwards K that he's offered tonight.
Well, you wonder if he will go into tomorrow with a 0 ERA. Still been very productive in a week and a half on the Cape. Here's the pitch. And that is in there for strike number 1 to Ryan Lasko, the center fielder, who is back. Caps are happy to have him at Stony Brook again. Here's the 0-1. Cut on and missed, strike 2. And Stewart looking to dominate this inning.
So why was Lasko gone?
He was at Team USA in Cary, North Carolina, trying to make that team. 0-2 the count. Here's the pitch from Stewart. Foul tipped off of the face mask of Cozart. And we'll do the 0-2 again. The at-bat stays alive. Lasko struck out 13 times this season. Josh Stewart trying to make that 14. As the Doors have a 7-3 lead over the defending champion Brewster Whitecaps here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Brewster 3 runs on 6 hits. Falmouth 7 runs on 9 hits. Stewart's been dealing out of the bullpen. The righty from Texas. 0-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Cut on and miss, strike 3. Josh Stewart, the freshman, having some fun. And he's heading back to the dugout. We'll keep you on the air for right now to see if this game will go into the 8th inning. See if the Brewster defense heads out, and see home plate umpire talk it over with
They are heading
umpires Hinojosa, and they will indeed play 8 innings. We'll step aside, and should anything change, we'll come back abruptly as you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Welcome back to Stony Brook Field. We will indeed play at least 8 innings. Still a little bit of daylight. They're trying to get as many innings as possible, along with Carter Bainbridge and Trey Redfield. Logan Sanfarenko with you. New pitcher on the mound is Braxton Pearson, the righty from Texas Christian. 3.85 ERA this year, 5 appearances, 9 1/3, 8 strikeouts. He's walked 2 and has yielded 10 base runners via way of the base hit. First pitch to Nicholas is in there for strike number 1. Brennan Oxford's final line, 2 1/3, 1 hit, no runs allowed, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. Doors on top, 7-3 over the Brewster Whitecaps. The 0-1. Foul tip, 0-2. Falmouth Commodores probably have the biggest game of the season tomorrow at Gov Fuller Field against the Wareham Gatemen.
Yeah.
Huge standings game as the Doors trying to get back into the swing of things.
And even Bourne's in that mix, too. We'll explain why in a
Born
sec.
with all those ties.
Yeah. I'll get into the standings here after this pitch.
0-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Nicholas looks at ball one outside. 1-2.
All right, so this is what's going on. Bourne has 24 points in third. Wareham in fourth with 23. Falmouth in last with 20. Right now, with all the games ending as they did, Falmouth would be at 22. Wareham at 24. Bourne would be at 24 as well.
1-2 is cut on and missed, strike three. As Braxton Pearson strikes out the first batter he sees. And for the Brewster Whitecap pitching, that's now 3 in a row. One gone here in the top of the 8th inning. And for our listeners, a win is 2 points, a tie is 1,
Yep.
a loss is 0.5. No, I'm kidding. It's none.
Yeah, so Hyannis leads Bourne right now 7-4. And Wareham and Yarmouth Dennis are tied at 2. And Katuitt, Harwich is actually beating Katuitt 11-6.
First pitch to Anthony McKenzie is in there for strike number 1.
So with a Hyannis win and a Katuitt loss, you said it, Katuitt and Hyannis will be 1 point apart from one another.
That is crazy. That's what happens when you're starting 9 for the first half of the season. Is draft eligible this year. 0-1 is in the dirt. 1-1 now. McKenzie today 1 for 3. A 2-run scoring double back in the first, strikeout in the fourth, and a fly out in the fifth. Now in the lefty batter's box. That damage did come from the lefty batter's box. The switch hitter on a 1-1 count. Looks at ball 2, or beg your pardon, strike 2 in there.
Yeah, I thought it was ball 2.
1-2 the count now to McKenzie as Luke Boyers waits on deck. But McKenzie did have an at-bat from the right-handed batter's box. That was in the fifth. It was that flyout. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch from Pearson. Cut on and miss. Strike 3. Strikeout number 2 for Pearson out of the bullpen. There are 2 gone. It's the second one in a row on 4 pitches.
Normally, games in darkness, they want to do whatever they can to point 9. So the same thing is still the same with the 7th going into the 8th. You know, you want to extend the inning. Boyers has to do that here with a Horned Frog crowd. The battery's TCU and Boyers is a TCU guy too. How about that?
A lot of Horned Frogs all around. First pitch to Boyers. Misses low, 1-0. And it looks straight in the line, and that's the beauty of summer ball sometimes. Probably had that conversation with them after the game and say, did you know this? Boyers ahead in the count, 1-0. Here's the pitch. 2-0 now. Boyers today 0 for 3. Ground out back in the first, ground out back in the fourth, and he struck out on 6 pitches back in the 6th. That led off that 6th inning. Braxton Pearson trying to retire his college teammate. The 2-0. That's in there for strike 1, 2-1. We'll see if the Falmouth Commodores leave Stewart in for a 3rd inning. No save situation in a 4-run game. 2-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Misses inside, 3-1.
I like Boyer's discipline to stay in the batter's box. You know, he's turned away on the last 2 pitches to avoid getting hit. You got to give the guy props. I just respect it. You know, it's you're telling him to wear it. It's a guy who will right there.
Here's a 3-1 pitch as he fouls it off himself, and the count's run full. Almost wore it after he fouled that pitch off. As Luke Boyers, we talked about Teron Watts-Brown, he was able to wear his college number for the summer. Luke Boyers wearing his. Jacob Cozart on deck. Should it get to him? And you wonder.
He did not. He's not wearing his college number, by the way.
What did he wear this year?
He wears 14.
Wears 14. There you go.
So times 2. I just wanted to add
Plus
on to
two,
the thing.
times 2 plus 2. 6 times 2 is
No.
12.
Doug, well, Cozart.
Oh, there you go. As that pitch is roped down the line. That's a fair ball. Boyer's looking for extra bases, and he's into second, standing up, and takes a wide turn as he's going to stay there over at second as it skips out of play. So it's a 2-out double for Luke Boyers.
That's so good to see him get that, though. It's his first extra base hit of the season. Came into today 2 for 23. Sometimes it takes 1 Do we have the answer to the question if that's the case this time around? No, but the possibility is there. You know, you hate to see you guys struggle, especially someone on your own team, but, you know, Boyer's finally, you know, getting that extra base hit that may be the one, puts a smile on your face.
So now here is Cozart. First pitch he sees, misses low and inside, 1-0. Cozart today, he has himself a single, 1 for 3 on the day. Single back in the 5th. Boyer's over there at second. 1-0 count, 2 outs. There's the pitch. High pop-up, mile high out of play. 1-1 the count now. Alex Mooney waits on deck. Mooney has himself an extra base hit. That came in the 6th and with some pretty awesome base running as well. As it is nice and dark here at Stony Brook.
Basically.
No lights. 10 hits now for the Doors. The 1-1. Misses low. Good pick there from Byrne to keep it in front of him and keep Boyers over there at second. 2-1. So Jacob Cozart came into today hitting 133. Only a couple extra base hits. Here's the 2-1. And that's in there for strike number 2, 2-2. If Braxton Pearson strikes out Cozart, it could be a strikeout the side, not in a row, but in that fashion for the righty from TCU. Boyer's not a big lead over there at second. The righty comes set and fires. It's a breaking ball, and he gets Cozart chasing. He indeed does strike out the side as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. 7-3 the score. Falmouth on top as you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Welcome back to Stony Brook Field in Brewster, Massachusetts, as the Falmouth Commodores are now officially 3 outs away from getting back in the win column, as this bottom of the 8th inning will indeed be the final inning of the ball game. New pitcher on the mound, Mikey Tepper, the righty, going to Liberty in the fall. Here's the first pitch, and that one is belted deep to right field, but a defensive replacement makes the catch, and that is Drew Brutcher out there in right. And there is one gone very quickly.
Yeah, so it's Brutcher coming in for Anthony McKenzie. Luke Boyers moves to left field, and that's the only change.
You can recognize that 6'6" frame anywhere in Drew Brutcher.
Yes, you can.
Brutcher had a very loud home run last night. Just wasn't quite enough against Hyannis, as Mikey Tepper comes from the windup and fires the first pitch to the first baseman, David Mendham, and it's strike number 1 as he took a hack and came up empty. Nothing had won the count. Mendham today, 0 for 2, a walk, a strikeout, and a ground out. Here's the 0-1. That is in there for strike number 2, 0-2 the count. Mikey Tepper, the second-year Commodore, trying to work fast, but Mendham has different ideas in that batter's box. Tepper looking for his first strikeout. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Way out of the zone. 1-2, but that had some oomph on it. Falmouth Commodores pitching staff has done a fantastic job in the strikeout category today. They have struck out 9 today. The 1-2. Misses low, 2-2.
Quick update for you around the Cape. YD is just taking the lead against Wareham, 3-2 in the top of the 7th. Hyannis leads Bourne now 7-5. The Braves still working in the top of the 5th. Harwich is in front of Katuitt 11-6. That may be the last inning over there, because Lowell Park has no lights either.
2-2 misses up, and the count's run full. And that's a big one. YD is in Wareham, so they will indeed get the full 9 in due to Spillane Field having lights, showing how important tomorrow's matchup could be. 5-pitch at bat, 6-1 on the way from Tepper. Here it is. And he walked him with 1 out. And that's going to bring up Curtis Byrne. And this is quite a beautiful evening now with the sun right at, I guess you could say, the sunset mark. You got about 5 different colors out in the sky.
Take advantage, taking a picture.
Oh yeah, I'm bringing the phone out. Last time we're here at Stony Brook of the entire summer, as we see a pinch runner come in for the Brewster Whitecaps. It's going to be Javier Vaz.
Runner at first base from Vanderbilt, number 5, Javier Vaz.
Had an opportunity to take the lead at Gov Fuller. A couple of Vandy boys. It was himself, Javier Vaz, Davis Diaz trying to do some tandem work. We'll see if Vaz goes here. First pitch misses up and into Curtis Byrne, and look out. Byrne not liking that pitch, and the count's 1-0 in his favor. Byrne today, 1 for 2, a single, a fly out, and a walk, as the Falmouth Commodores are trying to escape. The 1-0. That's in there for strike number 1. Boy, I wish I had my radar gun. He is firing these fastballs in there. Hard right thrower.
Say about 94, 95.
95? We'll go with 95. Makes it sound cooler.
Lightning McQueen.
1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. That misses upstairs, 2-1. Grayson Tatro on deck. And that's the thing with us getting this full bottom of the 8th inning in. Got to be careful, because this game could end in a tie or a walk-off should this inning keep rolling for the Brewster Whitecaps. The 2-1 pitch popped up, foul out of play. And that's on the playground, and you see about 40 kids collapse from that ball. 2-2 the count now to Byrne. Falmouth Commodores with 10 hits, Brewster with 6, as the Doors are looking for Tepper to slam this thing. 2-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Oh, he froze him with that hater. And there are 2 gone here in the bottom of the 8th inning. That's going to bring up Grayson Tatro, so it will be up to him to extend this game for the Caps. So Caleb Corbett would be in line for the victory for the Doors. Losing pitcher would be Zane Morehouse. No save opportunity. First pitch to Tatro's in there for strike number 1. As the Doors had a very complete game today, very different than the first time where they scored 4 in the first, did not score the rest of the game. They got 3 in the 5th inning. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Throw from Cozart is not even going to go there as he bluffed everybody. He bluffed myself too. Might as well just have a little fun with it. So the count even at 1-1. Mikey Teppert is trying to attack Grayson Tatro here. Tatro today 0 for 3, a ground out, a fielder's choice, and a strikeout. The 1-1. That misses upstairs. 2-1. Now sitting field level. Forgot how tall Grayson Tatro is. It's a big batter in that batter's box. 2-1 the count now is Tepper. Comes set. He fires the 2-1. It's in there for strike number 2. 2-2 the count.
One more. Gotta attack here. If you get this win, Falmouth, it wreaks a lot of havoc potentially going into tomorrow.
So Tatro the batter, Vaz the pinch runner over there at second base. The sun is basically set as Tepper comes set and fires. It's a breaking ball, and he froze him with it, and that's the ball game. Mikey Tepper closes the door, and the Doors defeat the Brewster Whitecaps 7-3 in 8 innings and are back in the win column as we head home tomorrow.
Falmouth improves to 10-13-2. So the Doors get into double digits, the 4th to last team to do so. And it comes in 8 innings. The Brewster Special is at a 3rd edition between the Doors and Caps ends. You'll take that any day of the week. That's huge. That is huge. Falmouth moving up to 22 points. And now it leads into tomorrow. If it ends the way it does right now, with Hyannis leading Bourne and YD leading Wareham, Falmouth could find itself as high as 3rd place with a win against Wareham at the Gov tomorrow.
Well, a big game coming up tomorrow back at the Gov, Wareham and Falmouth. On behalf of all of our crew here at the Falmouth Commodores, Carter Bainbridge and Trey Redfield, I'm Logan Soforenko saying good night. We'll see you tomorrow. This has been a presentation of the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth.